Streets raise me, Wallstreet pays me. 2 million in taxes for a hood, it's crazy. I used to be that half a brick, whole key, baby. Now I caught that real estate and Uncle Sam hate me. Every dope boy dream to make $1 million off that yay. Off options play, we made $1 million in a day. Tell me how we go from broke but got so many paid. And I'm never switching sides, but I talk niggas how to trade. Copping stocks for that low like selling work. And that Joe, my re-up money secure. I got in, I got out. Giving all glory to God. Hold up, this ain't me. Tell me how we went from trapping to rapping on BET. Last week I told investing to the Kansas City Chiefs. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. They say trap a perfect mixture of Warren Buffett and Meach. No more shoebox money, them portfolios elite. Golden rule to invest and make that money while you sleep. I'm gone.
What's good, what's good, what's good, family? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Welcome to another amazing episode of Trappin' Tuesdays, man. Hi, man, listen, you could have been anywhere tonight, man, but you chose to spend the next 3 hours with us. And for that, man, we so thankful because without you, there is no us. Without you, there's no Wall Street looks like us now. Without you, there is no Wall Street Trapper. And most importantly, without you, there is no Trappin' Tuesdays. So for that, man, I just want to tell y'all thank y'all again, man. Jose, man, a word came to me just now. As I was just sitting at the desk, just thinking about what happens in these times. You know, and I thought about this idea. While none of us may come from wealth, we all possess the ability to build it. While none of us may come from wealth, we all possess the ability to build it. Because it is during these trying times where so many people see crisis, it is in these times where the building blocks of wealth are at our feet. These are the opportunities that we have to take full advantage of because every opportunity has an expiration date. The thing about the expiration date on the opportunity is none of us actually know when that date is. And so we must be relentless in the pursuit of a thing that we have only imagined, but we have never touched. The idea of freedom, the idea of wealth, the idea of living a life that we have never truly lived is as fresh as the first breath that we take each morning. But I think about that breath, Jose. When we get that breath in the morning, a lot of times we don't even give ourselves a few moments to think about how precious that first breath is. What we tend to do is we get up, some of us say thank you, God, some of us snatch our phone, some of us get to going to do what we got to do. But there's a thing that we all have in common, man. We get up and then we kind of be on to the next thing, not taking in that opportunity. And we ever get through life sometimes thinking that there's an expiration date on that opportunity. The opportunity to wake up and breathe fresh air. The opportunity to get up and drink fresh water. The opportunity to get up to go work out in the gym. The opportunity to get up in the morning to go to work, to provide for your family. There's an expiration date on that opportunity. And some may say, I may say, that is the most precious opportunity that we have. And I often think about when I'm on my deathbed, will I have taken advantage of every opportunity that was presented to me? But Trap, how can you talk about that in comparison to this? Well, a life unfulfilled is a life that didn't take advantage of the opportunities. You get fulfillment in life by walking in purpose. You get purpose by taking advantage of the opportunities that's presented before you. And for every time you take advantage of opportunity, you build more confidence in life. And the more confidence you get in life, you get more resilient when met with adversity. Resilient when met with adversity. But the dope part about adversity is adversity every time presents us with opportunity. For every moment that we are presented with adversity, if we can only shift our minds just a little bit, we'll begin to understand how great of an opportunity this is. And the dope part about adversity is it becomes the springboard for what's next. The springboard for what's next. Now you have a decision to make. Right now, you can say, I will take advantage of this opportunity because what's next is greater than what I ever imagined. Or you can say, I am not about to take advantage of this opportunity because I fear what's ahead. Looking at the unknown, you must look at the glass half full or half empty. I choose to look at it half full because I'm optimistic about life, because I know God didn't get me here just to be here. And you must understand that too. But a lot of us, we look at life from a pessimistic point of view. And because we look at life from the pessimistic point of view, we never get the gall. We never build up the tenacity to take advantage of a catastrophe. Taking advantage of a catastrophe. Greatness is built in stages. Stages, phases. Positioning. In this phase of life, how do we position ourselves for the greatness that's next? So you can look at this and you look at the TV and you look at the news, and you can do one or two things. You can say, yo, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Or you can say, man, I'm not messing with this market no more. Either way, the choice is yours, but either way, the market will keep going. So either way, someone else is building massive wealth. The expiration of our opportunity. The expiration simply means there's a date when this all ends. The expiration means you now have to sit on the side and watch everybody else enjoy being active, enjoy doing the homework, enjoy enduring. Okay, let me make a little bit more sense. You missed the pandemic, so from 2020 to 2025, you really had to sit on the sideline because the market was running. There was an expiration date on that opportunity. So for 5 years, you missed the money. For 5 years, you missed the freedom. For 5 years, you missed an unlimited amount of returns. And maybe you snatched a little bit here, maybe you slashed a little bit there, but you didn't accumulate what was rightfully yours. You didn't accumulate what was rightfully yours because you didn't take advantage of the opportunity. I watch National Geographic a lot. And the one thing I've learned about all apex predators, they never let an opportunity go unchallenged. Right? Like, they never let the opportunity go unchallenged. Meaning, when there's food, I'm going hunt. And they all do it a little bit different. Let's start with my favorite bunch, the wild dogs. The smallest of the pack. The smallest of the pack. Opportunity. We gotta eat. Not just for ourselves, for the whole tribe. But there's hyenas over there. One bite from the hyena can destroy us. But we gotta eat. Or we gotta drink from this water hole. And the only option, let me rephrase that. The other side of the coin is, if I don't take advantage of the opportunity, not only do I starve, but the whole tribe starves. So the opportunity must be challenged. It's in our DNA to go after it. And if we don't succeed at attaining the thing, then we go back to the drawing board and we do it again tomorrow. Let's talk about the hyena for a minute. Because out of everybody, there's so much strife in the middle of them. It's crazy how they get along. It's crazy how they live. First of all, the females are twice the size of males. The females are twice the size as males. The males are actually considered the soldiers. Females eat first. They're led by a female. So when they go hunt, they're not the fastest. As a matter of fact, they might be the slowest. But they got the meanest bite. And together, they'll challenge anything. They'll corner a lion. They'll corner a group of wild dogs. They'll corner a hippo. They'll corner any animal out there if there's food on the line. No opportunity goes unchallenged. No opportunity goes unchallenged. Then there's the lion. Then there's the lion. Big dog. The biggest of them all. Surrounded by some strong lionesses who actually do the hunting, and then he comes and put that killer blow down. But he's cautious. They're cautious. Because their nemesis, the hyena, is always around. It's territorial. We'll all hunt for this. And a the lionesses, they move and they get real sleek. They get real in its stealth mode. The hyenas don't do it. The wild dogs go from different angles, but the lion is real meticulous and quiet and powerful. And they built these muscles here so they can run after you so much. And they do this thing, Jose, where they clip the animal from behind. And then they don't just get on their neck, they get on it, and they do this thing where they roll over. I said, oh, this is amazing. But even in that struggle, they understand. No opportunity is left unchallenged. So you're looking at this market, and you're like, man, this can change my life. I wish somebody. No. There's an opportunity there for you. Don't let it go unchallenged. Because there's an expiration date. It's like fruits. Fruit have this small area when it's the ripest. When it's the ripest, it's the sweetest. When I look at the market, that's what I'm looking at right now. It's the sweetest. See, the dope thing about a rose, Jose, is it's so beautiful, but it's surrounded by thorns. And so the thorns can actually keep you from touching or grasping the beauty that lies within the rose. And I say that to say the returns that you want are often surrounded by these downturns and these harsh swings. And these are the things that keep you from picking the rose. This is the things that keep you from grasping the thing that you want, the allurement of freedom, the allurement of the returns, the allurement of the opportunity. You want to say you're a successful trader. You want to say you built that buy and hold portfolio, but the allurement draws you in, but the chaos keeps you away. The losses keep you at bay. The idea of losing everything you've put in makes you cautious. There's an expiration date on opportunity. And the worst place you want to be, the worst place you want to be is on the side of the railroad watching the train go away. Knowing that you missed the opportunity. And when I look at when some of the people in this world became the wealthiest, when I look at when some of the people in this world became their richest, when they changed their family dynamic, it was in these opportunities. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of us have suffered some L's. Yep. Some of us have suffered some L's. But the L's never cause discouragement. The L's don't cause revenge. The L's become the thread that makes me worthy. The L becomes etched in my DNA. The L's become the reason why we keep going. The L's become the initiation to the game. And they make the wins that much more powerful. So I challenge you. I challenge you today to go past the expiration date. I challenge you today to not only make a decision, but to make a declaration. I challenge you today Not to just say you're gonna do it, but to etch it in stone. I challenge you today to truly become the architect of your family's last name. I challenge you today to make a bold decision to never turn around. I challenge you today to be the reason why your family will forever get profits out this market. I challenge you today to be the last person to get it out the mud and everyone behind you get it out the market. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trappin, man. Episode 139, Trappin Tuesday. Let's go, Jose. How we feeling, bro?
Ooh.
How we feeling, dog?
Hey, what you did?
You got a good day, dog.
You went out there and took a walk
When?
right before the show?
I always do that, bro.
Nah, I mean, I know you did that. And I was like, all right, he had a different energy when he came back in. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I like it.
I was just relaxed, bro.
I ain't mad at it.
I just was relaxed, bro. I'm looking at this big-ass building.
Mm-hmm.
This building is a monster.
Mm-hmm. That's when you be walking.
It don't get no smaller.
The pavilion, the White House.
It don't get no smaller. Shout out to our people, man. Nettie, what's good, baby? You in the building. Amelie, what's good? DS in the building. Stock Stackers, what's good? Tanisha Mills, what's good? Robert Dockery, what's good? Lorenzo Williams, was good? Val Jenkins, Easy Flow. Carolina Blue, was good? Cheesy Bread, what's poppin'? Roxanne, what's poppin'? Val Jenkins, what's good? Paul Bricks, I see you. Robert Dockery, was good? Thavion Dallas Trapper, was good? Lena Edwards, was good? Jelly, what's that in the family? Tamara Buchanan, Dollar Bill, Calvin Jenkins. Y'all going too fast. Rams, was good? Kiara, was good? Nat over there. Roxanne, was good? Mr. Wall B, was good? True Bill, was good? Jeff, was good? KJ, what's poppin'? Larry Morgan, I see you, fam. Hey, Larry Morgan, I always see Larry Morgan there.
He usually the first one there here,
Yeah,
99% of the time.
That's his name for sure. First Generation Millionaire, what's good? VIP, what's up? It's going too fast, dog. I can't see.
Hey, they going crazy.
Mufasa, Jason, Mr. Ice, what's good? Double R, I see you, family. It's going too fast, dog.
What I need them to do while they still shouting out, I need them to hit that like button.
Why they don't be hitting our like button?
It's like, again, I was giving people who were watching us on TV, I was trying to give them an out, but then everybody was like, yo, they can still like on the TV or whatever. So I need the people to hit the like button for me real quick. Just hit that thing real quick. Just do us a favor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I figured that people could still see from TV, Jose.
It gotta be something. Gotta be like hit the side button or something like that, you know?
What if you got Roku TV?
It still gotta be something where you can hit that like. Everybody said they got it. So again, I was
Jose,
still...
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think the people actually went out of space?
I would say yes. I'm gonna give it to them. I'm gonna say, yeah, they went out there. They hit the edge of it. But...
The firmament?
Yeah, whatever that is, right? But only thing is, I'm still a little reluctant because you can make anything with AI, green screen, and everything like that. I heard Wendy's had responded back on the tech on X and said, keep Katy Perry up there.
Who said that?
Wendy's. The Wendy's.
Why would they say that?
I don't know. I think she probably went on their burger or something like that.
So you think that America will go through...
I don't know if America, but privatized businesses, yeah.
Blue Origin?
Why not?
So you think they put like a green screen of the...
Green screen, bro. We could do anything with AI, combination green screen. You know what I'm saying? They had them floating a little bit. It just felt like, I don't know, I think because of the big windows, it kind of threw me off. If you look at like any other spacecraft, it's like a small little porthole.
Well, he built it different.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm giving both sides of the argument. I'm giving both sides. It's a win-win.
Bernard, you think they went out of space?
He said, yeah, for sure.
What they just did,
talked
they
to
went, touched it and came back?
Yeah.
62 miles? 62 miles outside of the orbit. That means they went through the blue.
Mm-hmm. What I think is a dope thing is it shuts up all the flat earthers.
How?
Because when they looked out the window, you could see the curvature. I'm just saying.
Are you a flat earther?
No, heck no. Heck no. But the fact that people believe in it, I find it fascinating. I find it fascinating that people think that the earth is flat. So I'm just saying. Anywho, man, I'm feeling good today. I know you was wondering about that. Look, I'm feeling good. My girl dressed me today.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's go back for a second.
No, I'm trying to keep the narrative going.
I won't go back for a second.
Let's go back.
So the earth is flat?
No, but people believe it. Bro, they got these all different things. They put look, they be putting levelers on the planes and everything like that. I watch the YouTube videos. I be like, yo, I can't believe y'all really believe this. Everything else around us is a sphere, but the earth is, nah.
So like it's square?
No, they said it's a disc. And they said the, like Antarctica, the South Pole, it covers us in ice. Matter of fact, if any flat earthers in the chat, let us know.
So when you say flat though, when you say, I just need to understand like
a plate.
Like flat, like this book?
Right, but like, think of a plate. Bro, they got a whole squad of them on Facebook, on X.
So like a cardboard box?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to get that in my head right
Bro, you know what?
A flat earther is a thing.
They do experiments like with a golf ball, right? And they'll put water on it, and they was like, how's the water running off of it? I'm like, bro, what is y'all talking about? It's crazy. But then they'll say, oh, it's sitting on a disc. Hey. Okay, dedicated to elevation said flat earther 100%. See, it's people out here. I'm fascinated by them. Real talk, I'm fascinated. This that high talk we had like 2 weeks ago at the end of the... You've never seen a flat earth video.
I've never seen a flat earth video.
Now you're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
I'm not, I refuse.
Bruh, it's a thing.
My barber was a flat earth at one time. Like my old barber, Tita Barber from New Orleans. And I never got into that conversation with him because I never just, I'm pretty open.
said it's in the Bible. I'm about to start, I'm gonna pin him too. Said it's in the Bible. Anywho, man,
what's in the Bible?
I know on one of them they say for all four corners, but again,
North, south, east,
they
west.
they taking it as literal, but that's not literal. Bro, we's not doing this. We is not doing a deep dive on the drink. We not on Trappin Tuesday. We not.
Flat earthers.
Anywho, like I said, I'm out here looking good. It's first time I came to Trappin Tuesday without all black on. You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't.
Huh?
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Bruh, well, in a long time. Even Bernard came in this joint and was like, bro, I didn't even recognize you, bro.
Bro, I done seen you without all black on here a few times.
I appreciate that.
But that's what happens when you got a girl. My girl don't dress me yet.
You ain't dressing him yet?
Hell no.
Oh.
That's good, though. Let me keep my identity.
Oh.
See?
She said you're a great dresser.
Who?
You.
Me?
Outside,
Thank you,
you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, everybody shop and get the gear also.
All right, let's get to it, man. So we got a great show today, man. We got a lot to talk about tonight, y'all. How y'all feeling in the chat, man? The flat earth thing kind of caught me off for a second, because it always catches me off guard. Because I forget that, and I'm not even about to talk like everybody believe in something, right? I just kind of can't. So are we, I just need to know something.
Hey,
right
I
quick.
need y'all to understand. This is trap. You want this drink going.
I just need.
They said make a poll, Jose.
I just need to ask a question right quick. So everything is flat?
That's what they
Like
say.
all the planet is flat?
No, they're just saying Earth.
So why the rest of them ain't flat?
We special.
Like Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, none of them flat. Okay, I got a question for you, Jose. This is real talk.
Mm-hmm.
Is the sun flat?
No.
Is the moon flat?
Nope.
So the Earth is just the only. Bernard laughing, but I'm really asking the question here before we get into this show, because you know you can't do this to me in the beginning of a show, because now it's on my mind the rest of the show, dawg.
Hey.
So here's the thing: is the sun flat?
No.
Is the moon flat?
No.
How is the sun, the moon, and none of the other stuff flat,
we
but
special.
the Earth flat?
In their mind, we special. So look, I got the vote up already. We're about 300 votes in. 12% saying, yep, they flat
They
earthers.
flat earthers.
That's why we don't disrespect. You know what I'm saying? We all inclusive.
I won't understand
This
it.
DEI here. You know what I'm saying?
I won't understand it. So during the show, I need the people that's flat earthers to help me. Just periodically put stuff in the chat that Jose can snatch so that I can.
Yo, we doing the best of comedy joint too on the channel. This is gonna be one of them.
I'm just trying to figure out, man. The moon is a hollow.
Kid Magic said the moon ain't real.
All right, the moon not real? Oh, man. Oh, man.
Bro, they wild. I don't even know some of these trappers. They said Mars is the old Earth. Kid Magic, you smoking right now, brother. I know what we doing right now.
Mars is the old Earth?
Don't even stop.
So we left? It came
It
here?
came here. It was better climate. It's a better climate here. It's more tropical than Mars. Oh.
Man, let me get to this mantra, man. God, I love y'all so much, man. I love y'all so much. I
Bruh,
love y'all
hold
so
up. I left the poll up.
I love so
We
much.
over 500 votes and still 14% said, yeah, they flat. This crazy. Anywho, let's get into the mantra.
Wow. I need to make a phone call right quick. I just gotta
Got
ask.
this dude gonna make a post on IG.
No, I just gotta ask somebody. I just gotta call a random person that I know and ask them, like, is there a flat earther? Let me call 3 people right quick.
Look, Gail and them proved it ain't.
Brother, my brother.
Today Tuesday?
Today, Tuesday.
I'm like, okay, he look way too fit. Come on, get out.
All right. So no. I got a question for you, Toad. I got a question for you. So I'm in.
Live right now? It's not 7.
I'm in live, bro. I'm live, brother.
Well, you try to show them that we really fool with each other?
Nah, they didn't. If they don't know that in all this time, they ain't gonna know nothing. I got a question for you though. This is a serious question.
Come on.
Serious question. So me and Jose having a conversation.
Watch this, Jose.
Are you a flat earther?
Boy, hell no.
So do you believe the earth is flat?
Come on, bro. Well, hey, come on, bro. Now, see, he should have shot me a text for this. Well, that's a hell no, but hey, shout out to everybody who do. You a different type of human being. Come on, you different.
All right, that's all I want to know. All right, I'm gonna holler at you.
Hold on. You with it?
I'm not. I've never.
Tell them we got 14% of our people
We
saying
got
they.
14% of our people in the chat say that they are flat earthers.
I'm not mad at it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, okay, let me call a couple people who I'm really cool with, who I love, and see if they flat earthers, so I can have a conversation to understand.
Listen, let me tell you something. To the flat earth and a round earth, what I tell people is, when they finally figure it out, tell me, do it change your life? Do it change your life? Do it put an extra $1 in your pocket?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm just like, for the ones who be going to the full out extent, I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. What do we get at what do we win after we do this?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, come on.
All right.
It's gonna be flat. I'm like, oh, okay.
If it's right,
Yeah, it don't matter, brother. It could be an oval or a square, my nigga.
it don't matter.
We own it.
We own it.
We own it. And can't no nigga that I know afford to get up off of it. We all we here, brother. Yeah,
we ain't going back to the old earth.
All right, bro. I'ma holler at you, bro. I love you, man.
Yeah, come on. Trappin tonight, baby.
Let's go. All right, so now let me call one of my super conscious friends. One, he on another level.
This is amazing to you.
Right? Bro, if you leave the channel right now, I get it. I get it.
I understand.
If you leave the show right now, I get it.
This is what we do on Tuesday.
If you leave the show right now, I get it. I totally understand.
It ain't just stocks.
I totally understand. I just need to have this conversation with one of my, like, super highly intelligent, friends that's next level smart.
Shout out to Toad.
He ain't answer the phone. I know he gonna know. He believe in, like, everything. Damn. Oh, I know I'm gonna call. Let me call. Oh, I know I could call. I gotta call somebody that I know that.
Said, ask Keys.
That's who I call. I just gotta call. I know who I'm gonna call. And I need y'all to just bear with me, because this happens to me. Jose, you can't do this to me. You can't do this to me.
I just love people and they respect them. You know what I'm saying?
I need to just ask a couple people.
And the 14% in here, I respect you.
Just give me 1 second, y'all.
800 votes, 14%.
14%. Dang, 19 keys ain't even answer for me just now. That nigga don't love me no more. That nigga on bad. He got me calling him like he...
Hey, look, that's another thing, too, you got. Yo, if you don't answer Trap on the first drink, he be getting in his feelings.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Why would you not answer me on the first call?
On the first drink, you could be with your
Why would you not
lady.
answer me? Why would you not answer me on the first ring? That don't even make no sense.
You be getting baptism right now.
Damn. I'm trying to see who I can...
You literally racking your brain as far as to figure out who you...
Because I need people to answer me, dog. Like, are you a flat earther? I'm not going to do that. Anyway.
4,000 in the chat. We appreciate y'all.
4,000. All right, man. Let's go. I'm going to leave it alone, man. Let's go, man. All right, let's get our mantra going, y'all, and then we go start our show, man. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I'm confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I'm more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime based on the information I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today, I break all the chains that anchor me from that poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I've turned our last name into an asset. My family's purchasing power will increase indefinitely. Today, I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. And Wall Street looks like us now. Let's go, man. All right.
Fresh off the press, though, your mama texted me, and she said the earth is not flat because it rotates.
She crazy.
Shout out to Mama Trap.
Shout out to my mama, man. That's right, man. Oh, let me see if I can call my guy right here.
I shouldn't have did it.
Let me see if I can call my guy right here. I just want to know, bro. I just got to know, bro. I just got to know. We still
going to give y'all 3.5, so
I just got to know. This is just
Ride
on
with
me.
us. Ride with us.
Just on me. Bro, why nobody not answering my call right now? I feel some type of way, too. All right, let's get to our show tonight, man. All right, man, we got a dope show tonight, man. A few things to talk about today, man. So we've been having a lot going on, Jose, I feel like the week has calmed down a little bit. We got some interesting news came out today. Let's go through our thing right quick. Let's see what the market's looking like, y'all. All right, so here's our heat check for the day. Netflix, run it up. Run it amuck it. Netflix it. Run it amuck it. Google down, Meta down, Amazon, Apple, ain't really nothing. ServiceNow, AMD, NVIDIA was up. NVIDIA just got punched in the face. This stock, bro, I'm gonna tell you something about the NVIDIA, bro. It just cannot get out of its own way. It makes a rally and some news comes out that it just can't get out of its own way. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, BX, the big banks held up pretty good this week. Pepsi down, Walmart down, Costco, Tesla Inc., Travelers, Bookings, Palantir, CrowdStrike, FTNT, Uber, Cadence Designs. It's really all over the place right now, man. Goldman Sachs, y'all know I like them. It's kind of all over the place, man. Here's the crazy part. I did some homework today, Sean, and a stat came out today that said, in the last month, in the last 8 weeks, it was the last month. In the last month, the last 30 days, anytime we have gotten a 1%, 1 to a 1.5% day intraday, we've also went negative intraday that day. So if you don't know what intraday means, from the time the market opens to the time the market closes, right? So from opening bell to closing bell, it is said, anytime the market has been up at least 1.5%, at least 1 point in that day, the market has also went negative that day.
Did it say when or just said negative period?
A point in that day.
Okay.
Which brung me to this right here. Run that 0-day option thing up. So this is what's putting the market in a chokehold right now. And this is what's making investors really, 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 really pissed off right now. So I had the data, but I couldn't remember. It didn't give me everything I wanted on it, so I didn't use it. But 0-day options have now peaked at its highest point more than ever before. More people right now are using 0-day options. So in case you don't know what a 0-day option is, a 0-day option is an option that you use for 1 day only. Not a 1 month option that you use for the day trade, not a 2-week option that you use for, you buy it in the morning, by the end of the day it's over with. More now than ever, this is what's sending the market in chaos. Because, normally, one person call me back.
You going in on
One person call me back. Hold on.
I'm up here learning.
Hold on. My brother,
Ain't you in the middle of teaching right now?
I got a question for you.
What up?
We having a conversation on my show, and I need to ask you a question. Are you a flat earther?
A flat earther.
Meaning, do you believe that so there's nothing against nobody, but we realize that we have a large crowd of people that believe that the earth is flat.
I don't know how I get tapped in on this one.
I'm just calling people who I know that are brilliant. I'm asking, are you a flat earther or are you a round earther?
I'm gonna go with round.
All right, that's all I need to know. I appreciate you, brother.
That's Marcus.
Hey man, you know I'm pulling up for one of the shows too. I gotta be in person.
Whenever you want, brother.
Hey, look over here. Cut into my culture. You cut into my culture.
My bad, Mike. I apologize.
Yo, you cut into my culture.
My bad. I apologize, Mike. You don't need no coaching, Mike. You built an $8 billion brand. What you need coaching for?
I'm trying to do something new. I'm trying to speak. I'm trying to speak.
Oh, that's the man right there. That's the man right there, bro.
I'm trying to speak. When I get clear with words, everything get better.
All right, man. I'm in the middle of the show, man. Let me get back with y'all.
All right, bro.
All right, so 0-day options are what's cooking the market right now. So more now than ever, 0-day options are becoming the most used instrument right now. So a 0-day option is an option that you buy. You use a contract that opens today and closes that day. Now, I just did some homework on that. Now, watch this. Right now, retail investors are the number 1 0-day option users. The number 2 0-day option users are option sellers. People who sell options. They're the number 2, right? The number 3 Zero-day options are institutions who are using zero-day options to hedge their positions. Now, the thing about that is there are more retail investors using them because of the emotional, watch this, the emotional ties to the market that they have, right? So watch this. Zero-day options represent fast profits or losses. So it don't always mean quick profits. And the reason why is because the market has been swinging on this pendulum really, really fast. And they asked people, what is their biggest fear? And they said this. This made me laugh when I looked it up. The media is overriding their technicals. I said, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
The media is overriding their technicals. So at this point, I hate to say this. At this point, you got more people gambling now than ever in the markets. Because what's happening now is the media, and I realized, I said, I see what's happening. Because the media, so your technicals have a good setup, but then the media comes on and they push a narrative and it washes your technicals out the way. And you like, bro. And so now that is why, because now what happens is, this is what happened. When the media swings, now you get out of that trade to try to hop in to ride the trend of the media. And then, we've noticed this, the market has been swinging 2 and 3 different times in a day. We've been getting up, we've been waking up positive, midday negative, back positive, sideways, negative. But here's what made me realize, when I looked at the bank earnings, they have had more inflows. Watch this, more inflows but less savings the last 90 days.
So what does that mean?
Meaning, people haven't been saving money, but they've been going in and out the bank. Meaning, inflows mean money going in, outflows money coming out. But remember, people just moving money around trying to take advantage of what's going on in the market. So they're not saving no money.
Yeah.
So now, here's something else, another stat I learned. I wish I'd have gave Steve all these stats. They have more market participants now. Market participation now is at an all-time high. Simply because people trying to trade through this market. So people really getting active. I'm not gonna say there's more losers than winners. I'ma just say, be careful here. Right? Because there's some people that, snipers. And there's some people that's, you getting swallowed. I'm gonna tell you something. The market almost caught me trying to be a day trader. I had to back up and say, hey, I'm not a day trader. You're not about to do me that. You're not gonna put me in that kind of bind. That ain't what I do, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I did shorten my profits though. So I ain't gonna lie, the last couple of days, couple plays we be in, they've been doing really good. But I told my people in that Patreon, I'm like, yo, you get anywhere between 35 to 50%, man, come out. It's not that environment to be trying to get 100%. You get 35%, you get 30%, you can start taking profits on anything we in. You don't even gotta ask me. You know what I'm saying? But I saw that. It said zero-day options have been the catalyst to the market. And you have more traders now in the market than ever, more participants now in the market than ever before from the retail side. Retail investors are the #1 stat using zero-day options. #2 is option sellers, and #3 is institutions. So zero-day options produce fast or slow profits or losses. They give you leverage. There's no overnight risk. Now, a lot of times, that's what hurt people. Even with me right now, like we in the NVIDIA trade was doing well the last couple of days, and then today, this stupid news come out with NVIDIA, and now the stock done ran up $6. It took 3 days to run up $6, and now it's back to where I was at 4 days ago. Right now, it's at 105. Back to where we bought it at, and could be going lower. You know what I'm saying? And I was up on that chart. I think we was probably up right at 29, 30%. You know what I'm saying? And so there's no overnight and it's cost effective. But on the flip side of it, it's highly volatile and theta is super aggressive. Meaning from the time you get in that trade, the clock is working against you. Right? So just wanted to put that out there. Now, this is good for people who do scalping, iron condors, and straddles.
Why iron condors and straddles?
Because you know the iron condor is a mixture of like 3 different trades in one. So I remember when I first learned how to do options. I remember I went to this white guy when I first learned how to do it. He charged me $16,000. Out the gate, that's why man, I always tell people he wasn't teaching my language. Out the gate, he was trying to teach me an iron condor.
What are you saying? Iron condor?
Iron condor. It's a type of option trade. It's like a component of like 2 calls and 2 puts, something like that. It's a difficult trade. Well, if you're new or intermediate, it's kind of difficult. That's an advanced trade right there. You know what I'm saying? But out the gate, that's why I've always said like, bro, like I ain't really learned from out the gate. He tried to teach us that. I was like, bro, like I don't even know what a call and a put is. How the hell you trying to teach me an iron condor, bro? What are you talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it is a difficult trade, but that's what these are for, bro. And that was interesting when I saw that. I was like, damn, I didn't think that many people were rocking with 0-day trades, 0-day plays right now. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. Does that affect anything for swing traders, or is it?
Of course.
Okay.
Because it brings in more volatility in the market. You got to think about it. You got a lot of 0-day trades because you got to remember, most option plays are going to be weekly, monthly expirations, right? So when you talking about now, you got a high. You have somebody say, bro, that iron condor is not for beginners at all. I don't know why he tried to teach me how to. I was like, bro, this is difficult.
On day one.
Bro, like it is a combination of like multiple trades in one. I'm like, bro, I don't even know what a put is. Oh, call iron what? You know what I mean? But what happens is, for me, we swinging. So we going out, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. So when you get that volatility in that short, it's swinging. It's swinging the market, you know what I'm saying? And so it's definitely, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely crazy right now. It's definitely crazy right now. I've been truly in buy and hold certified trapper for a while now. That's okay. But when that thing move, oh my God. Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact. When that 0-day option play go your way, you talking about 1,000, 2,000, 1,500, 100, you know what I'm saying, for sure. So shout out to my people that's really, yeah, that's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a difficult market right now. It's crazy because I'm sitting in my trades right now and I'm like, bro, like, they up, right? They up. And I'm just steady looking at that million and some change down for the year, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm like, bro, I don't like looking at that. You know what I'm saying? I do not. But here's the thing about that. I'm not forcing myself to try to, because the worst thing you could do is try to force that, and now you fucking look up, you down 2 million. You know what I'm saying? Now you really on some ski mask it out, baby. Ski mask it out, baby. Let's go. Let me see. Yep. All right, so let's go. I just want to bring that. Let's go a little further into our play. All right, here's our put call ratio. Damn, again today. End of the day rally. End of the day, the market shift at the end of the day. Market was up 1.some% today. The market got up to 1.2. That's what made me look up that stat. The market got up to 1.3 today, and then it just peeled back. I don't know why, but it just peeled back today. And then now, we went into that. And that type of reversal probably means we're going to have a bad day tomorrow, too. So, you got to be mindful of stuff like this, you dig? Let's go a little further, man. Fear and greed index, we had 19. So we done graduated from 3 and 4, and we done got to the teens. That's an improvement. We went from 3 and 4, and we got to the teens, man. So I guess that's That's a plus for us, right? Being in the teens, it ain't bad. I do feel like, so I will say this, Sean, in the Patreon maybe a week ago, after that day we had that, so we had the back-to-back down day that was really tough. And I said, I'm not trying to say like I called the bottom because we still got a long way to go. But I said, I don't think we'll go lower than this. Because the next day we had that pop. I said, I think that was the bottom. I think that was the bottom. So somebody in the group asked me today, what you mean per stock? I said, no. I'll never try to say this is the lowest a stock gonna go. But what I do think is, I think when that happened, I think the market was just so down. It just was like, let's go to hell. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got that pop, I do feel like, watch this though, I do feel like the market is a little bit more at ease than what it was. You don't think so? I feel like I feel like from February the 19th till April the maybe 6th or 7th, the market was tense. I do feel like we've gotten a little like, all right, this is a shit show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we are as tense as we were. We still not like super, super bullish, but we like, all right, this is a shit show. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we have gotten a little bit like, all right, bro, like, what the hell? Like, do something. You know what I'm saying? What you about to say, Sean?
I was gonna say it was at 4. So the fact that we're at 19, it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's easing off.
It's a little bit more. I think, did we get the thing for bank earnings? Yep, put that up right quick. I think that bank earnings this week were pretty cool. So we had big banks came up. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, and Bank of America, all of them kind of hit, except for Wells Fargo, who beat on the top, missed on the bottom. And the thing about that was, all of them did something that I wasn't expecting them to do. They gave guidance. That was interesting. They gave guidance. Something that a lot of companies not doing. And so I did put in the Patreon, I said, hey, y'all, and I put in Trappers Anonymous, I said, hey, y'all, these big bank earnings this week are going to be important for us because not only is the guidance for the banks going to be, the numbers, but the guidance for the banks is going to be heavy. So that was definitely
working on that right now as we speak.
So that was kind of big, man. So let's go on a commercial for a second, so we get that fixed right quick. So I was kind of excited about that to see the bank earnings, especially like Goldman Sachs, investment bank, to see them beat earnings, to see them, that was really kind of good. So let's give me some music right quick, and let's see if we can fix that lag for a second. What's good, Trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece.
And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through to take you from panic to encouragement. There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
One of the things we want to cultivate in here is experience, right? We want them to feel the energy as soon as they come in. So what time we letting them in for?
We said 5:30, but we could push back to 5:45 because that's what we got.
I'm here, Trap. We out here.
Been running hard ever since, man. We trapping.
If they know about heart, we give them $100 on the spot.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
I was like, I have to be here. So I drove the 5.5 hours to come up to see you, man. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Trap has been an inspiration to me for a minute now. So, it's working for me. I know it'll work for y'all. So y'all tap in.
It's all about how do I keep evolving? How do I keep getting better? How do I keep showing the process? How do I keep getting my people to think bigger?
All right, man. So I don't like that shit.
I don't either, bro.
All right, so anyway. What was that? All right, so let's go back to the bank. Let's go back to the banks. All right, so I was interested to see the banks shine. So the banks did go positive. That was interesting to see because everybody was scared of the banks. And the guidance that the banks would give, especially when you have people like Jamie Dimon, Larry Fink, when you got people like that coming out saying, recession.
Yeah.
That's a scary situation, right? So to see the banks beat, I was like, all right, that ain't. I paid attention to them. I literally was looking at them, watching them. That was an interesting call for me. Let's go a little further. Before we do this, let's do that. Go ahead. Our certified trap of the week is Alonzo Herndon. There you go. Alonzo Franklin Herndon was an African-American entrepreneur and businessman in Atlanta. Okay. Born into slavery, he became one of the first African-American millionaires in the United States. First achieving success by owning and operating 3 large barbershops in the city that served prominent white men. Wait a minute, man. And in 1905, he became the founding president of what he built to be one of the United States' most well-known and successful African-American businessmen, the Atlanta Family Life Insurance. There you go. Let's talk about Zoe, man.
A former slave who became a millionaire. It's an incredible story that Alonzo later wrote down in his own words.
In 1858, I was born a slave on a farm in Walton County, Georgia, near the little town of Social Circle. My mother was emancipated when I was 7 years old and my brother Tom 5 years old. She hired herself out by the day, and as there was no money in the country, she received as pay potatoes, molasses, and peas, enough to keep us from starving.
Like many former slaves, Alonzo became a sharecropper, working someone else's land for a share of the harvest.
My mother and I ventured a little farm on shares, and at the expiration of 3 years, after working hard, we were no better off than when we started.
He looked around and he said, "I've got to do better than this."
His way out of sharecropping was to learn a trade. He became a barber and moved to Atlanta.
He had no degrees, he had no true formal education, but was a man who was a hard worker, and he was thrifty, and he was extremely ambitious.
He became a partner in this barber shop, saved his money, and then bought his own shop on Peachtree Street. It was called the Crystal Palace because it was decorated with crystal chandeliers, large mirrors, and the very first plate glass windows in Atlanta.
Certainly the barbershop at 66 Peachtree Street was the most magnificent barbershop in Atlanta, owned by blacks or whites. And many people say that it was the most magnificent barbershop in the Southeast. And eventually he became a barber to the elite white community in Atlanta. Judges, senators, doctors, people of great stature.
The barbers were black, the patrons were white. Even over the fabulous Crystal Palace, segregation cast a shadow. Alonzo Herndon couldn't get a haircut in his own barbershop. Alonzo carefully saved his money and used it to buy property. He invested wisely, and in 20 years became the richest black man in Atlanta at a time when a haircut cost 25 cents. In 1905, he founded the Atlanta Life Insurance Company, still one of the largest black financial institutions in the United States.
I think when he settled in Atlanta, he was really bent on becoming just a good barber and making a good life for himself as a barber. But being the man of great ambition, he began to pursue other interests. And of course, the real estate empire that he had, I think he owned at one time over 100 homes or properties, as we called them, in Atlanta, 3 barbershops at one time.
In 1893, Alonzo Herndon married a woman who also had great ambitions. Adrian McNeil Herndon was the daughter of household servants in Augusta. She was bright, highly educated, and she was head of the drama department at Atlanta University. But she wanted more, a career on the stage.
But I think she wanted very badly to do well at that, but had some difficulty because here she was a wife and mother. And so she had to make some compromises. But nevertheless, for a while, she had a stage name, Anne Dubignon. And she did make her debut in Boston at Steinert Hall, reciting all of the parts to Antony and Cleopatra.
Adrian's stage name was an attempt to conceal her race. She knew that black actors were excluded from opportunities in the theater, so in spite of her talent and beauty, Adrian had to pass for white to get her chance on the stage.
Now, as you've noticed, the family is very light-skinned. They really look like they're white. They have a mixture of black and white ancestry. Alonzo Herndon's father, for example, was a white slave master in the Social Circle area. In this country, of course, although their skin color was very light and they looked white, they were nevertheless identified as black. Please come in and see the living room, the Herndon living room, which is another formal area that they used for entertaining.
Alonzo and his family were proud of being African American, and this pride is reflected in the Herndon home.
The murals actually tell a story about the Herndons, and specifically Alonzo Herndon. The first panel shows an Egyptian scene of a black-faced sphinx and the pyramids of Giza. We believe that the Herndons were trying to acknowledge their African ancestry. Then at the next panel, you'll see Alonzo as a little slave boy in Social Circle, Georgia, where he was born, with his mother, Sophini. And Alonzo is saying in that panel, you see, even though I've become very wealthy and successful, please remember that I started out as a slave. I started at the very bottom. In the next panel, over the doors, you see Alonzo as a field hand, working at hard labor with a long-handled hoe. But you see in the final panel on that wall, a picture of this home, symbol of his success.
He embodies the American dream because he believed in what America stood for at that time. Self-help, hard work, that if you embrace those virtues, rewards would be forthcoming.
That's the first off, 25 cents for a cut? Oh my.
First of all, I'm going to talk to my barber. Yeah. Yeah. You charge me $1 now, partner. Them people charge 25 cents, cut. Yeah, sir. You charge me $100 now, dog. Them people charge 25 cents. Also, bro, I be wanting us. You know why I love this segment too is because we get to see that we can come from the bottom, yo. Even though the times have changed, the mentality didn't. The times have changed, but the mentality didn't.
Because I got a question. When it said million, like he became a millionaire, like he had 7 digits in his net worth.
Yeah.
Off of 25-cent haircuts.
Well, you got to realize that's his network. So that's accounting for the buildings he bought. That's accounting for, remember they said 20 years later.
Yeah. So accumulated over.
So over a 20-year time span, he became a millionaire. Now you gotta think, $1 million back then is a lot of money. You talking 1900-something.
Yeah. If he could do it, we can.
If they could do it, we could do it, bro. But here's the thing now, $1 million now ain't what it once was.
Facts. Yeah.
Now watch this, for the average person right now, $1 million is life-changing. But it don't put you as far ahead as you think it does.
So to everybody that thinks that, there's people in the chat.
No, because when you coming from nothing, you won't get that mill. You won't get that M under your belt for sure. You know what I'm saying? The M does a lot. It pays the house off. It probably gets you out of all your debt. I don't think the average person should be in $1 million worth of debt. If they are, you tripping. You feel me? Like, so I think what happens is the M pays, the M gets you out of debt, whatever your debt is. You shouldn't, if you don't got outside of your home, you should not be $1 million in debt. 100%. You agree with that, B? Like outside of owning a home, like you should not be $1 million in debt. So the M takes care of all your debt, all your student loans, all your bad credit, right? It should take care of all that. And so then you probably have after tax. Let's say you get an M right now. Off the dump, you probably gonna pay, I don't know, 36%. So you'll probably have about, I don't know, 670,000 left, somewhere up in there, right? 650 to 700,000, a little less than 700,000 left. So, say you got under $700,000 cash. You should not have $1 million. Your student loans, average person student loans, what you say, average person student loans, probably about what, 150 in debt, student loans? Less than that. So average person student loans, about $100,000, $110,000 in debt. Let's say that, right? $110,000 in debt. So let's say you knock that off. And then you take your credit cards, you take, everything else. Let's say by the time you take credit cards and all the other stuff, let's say you knock off another 100,000.
Like five.
Right? So at best you got 400,000, 400 and some change left. You agree with that, Jose? I was asking Bernard that. So let's say the average person get $1 million right now, right? So you pay taxes on it out the gate. So that 30-something% gonna put you somewhere between 675, 700, depending on where we rough estimate, right? So let's say 675. Let's say 675. And so I say the average person probably has like 100,000 in debt. You're talking about all right, so we say student loans. I say about 110, 115 student loans.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's say that. All right. So that puts you at 5 and some change, 565. Right? So let's say you got another, I don't know, 100,000 in debt.
What type you talking about? Credit card debt? What?
All of it.
Okay. 100 total? 100 total is a lot.
Huh?
100 total in debt?
I'm just saying the average person. The average person can have about 100,000 in debt for sure. The average person, you can have 100,000 in debt. You get the right credit cards, you going crazy. You putting everything on the card and you paying minimum. Chase you owe Chase. You owe Visa. You owe buy now, pay later. You owe. So let's say you knock that off. So now you got about 400 and some change. That's enough. That's enough for you to play the game.
All day.
100%.
Sitting on that cash liquid?
400 liquid. That's enough to play the game.
Look, even Nettie was like 100K in debt for the average person?
You think the 100, you
I think so. The reason why I say average person, right?
You don't
to
think
get 100K in debt, you normally would have to have at least a subprime credit.
So
average person ain't hit the subprime credit.
Well, the reason why I say that because I know that.
I mean, if you think car, okay, yeah, we throw that. Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like car, credit cards, outside of student loans. I'm thinking cars, credit card. Huh?
He said the average household.
Bernard gonna get the stats.
175.
Bernard gonna get the stats.
Huh?
The average household, 175,000 in debt.
Yeah, okay.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's not counting student loan, right? Oh, that's including student loan.
That's including the student.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So I said the student loan was 100.
Yeah.
So that's even put it at 75. Right? So you get an M. You get an M. What's the blueprint for the M?
See, the blueprint for the M is now I'm getting into the options masterclass. I'm getting into the Patreon.
You know what I think?
I'm getting into real estate.
So that's what I think. I think the first thing is real talk.
Couple fix and flips.
This is gonna go against what people think about me. I think you get an M right now. Mm-hmm. After you pay everything off, let's say you're sitting on 500,000, 600,000. No, let's say you get the M, you pay the taxes, that puts you at 6 and some change. Right? I think, so you pay off the 175, so you got, 4 and some change, something like that, whatever that is. I think the first thing you do, the first thing you do is you put some money in the market for sure. I think you put a quarter of it in the market.
Before you do that though, what is your thought process on, I figure I know it, but mentorship? I need somebody who's been there to walk me through it. Are you just saying blindly?
Everybody ain't gonna do that first.
I mean, I ain't gonna blindly do it.
Well, I think that, of course, learning, education is key. Mm-hmm. But I think you put a quarter of that in the market, and then I think you take another quarter of that, and you go buy you a duplex or something. because you won't put your money in two situations. One, you won't put your money in the market. Two, you won't put your money in a piece of brick that's going, you know what I'm saying? And then I think you take from there, I think you, I don't think you quit your job though.
Yeah, nah.
I don't think you quit your job.
Nah, not leaving the job.
I don't think you quit your job. I think that's the first thing everybody do, quit their job.
Yeah, nah,
I
that's
think
crazy.
the worst thing you do is quit your job.
That's your investor.
I don't think you quit your job. But then from there, I think you learn the skill. And the skill is you either learn how to trade, you either learn real estate, or you learn business. And because look, watch this. The next 3 years, your life can be 100% different. With 400 cash, no debt, no student loans, I think the next 36 months of your life can be completely different.
Now that's smart, because what they say, 80% of people who win the
but
lottery.
I think you also take and put at least 35 to 40,000 in the bank because you need liquidity. Now here's the thing though, you don't go buy no house, you don't go buy no car, and you don't go buy all them expensive clothes. You still leave the same lifestyle you have. I think you give yourself a good vacation to sit back and relax. You go somewhere for like 2 weeks, somewhere you wanted to go at, Maldives, India, wherever you want to go at. You go somewhere for 2 weeks, you have a dope-ass trip, and you plan out how you come back to America and execute. You don't go buy the Louis Vuittons. You don't go buy the big stupid. You don't go buy the big stupid chain.
Right.
You don't go buy the Rolex.
Right.
You live an average life for the next 3 years, and you could turn that 400,000 into at least 5 million.
That's good. How long would you sit before you make a move?
It depends on the person. That's the person. Because we all learn different.
Mm-hmm.
We all learn different. Somebody might take the real estate faster than they take the stocks. Somebody may take the trading faster than they take fixing and flipping. Somebody may take to starting a business faster than they take to that. So I think that just depends on the person. But what I do say is you learn one thing at a time. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, so watch this, Jose. Bulls versus bears. The average bull market lasts 991 days. The average bear market lasts 289 days. History shows that optimism and staying invested have always been a better long-term bet. Let me ask you a question. Do you think you can last 289 days of this? That's about 9 months. About 8 months of this. Ish. I think the people run Trump ass out the office.
Pick it in and
then people will run his ass out the office. 289 days of this. They will run his ass. Did we get the thing about Meta? Did we get that one? I know it was one of. Put that up. I want to talk about that since we talk about this right quick. So, I just gave Steve this, dog. I just gave him this.
Monster.
And I told him how to make the graphic, you hear me? So Mark Zuckerberg is on the court right now, bro, for this antitrust suit. And basically what they're trying to get him to do is split up Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. And here's the crazy part, bro. Here's the crazy part. So you know all the millionaires gave Trump like this $1 million, this contribution when he first got in office, right? Funny thing was, I didn't know there was a thing called Zuckerbucks.
Me either.
Zuckerbucks. So watch this. 2020, Trump was in office. When he ran against Biden and he lost, there's a thing that Mark Zuckerberg invested almost $400 million. Now, Mark Zuckerberg office is saying, yo, we invested that so people could come out and vote because we were pushing for people to vote. But the liberals are saying you did it in dominant Democratic areas to push the Democratic Party. and they're saying like he one of the reasons why Trump didn't get reelected. So he's getting punished in court right now, right? So watch this. This statement came out. And the statement said, this came from Trump's office. This came from Trump's office. Yo. Oh, this is interesting. Hold on. Damn, where's this thing at, man? Oh, right here. Here it goes. I had to do the research on this. Mark Zuckerberg spent $400 million to chase Trump. Mark Zuckerberg spent $400 million to chase Trump out of office in 2020. The Biden Democrats subjected Trump to 4 years of lawfare. Zuckerberg thought he could spend $1 million after the 2024 election to buy antitrust amnesty. Looking forward to Mark Zuckerberg's public testimony. Because here's the thing. Donald Trump can stop this. Mm-hmm. He can stop this right now. But he came out and said, well, he didn't come out and say, but his people came out and said, the one thing about Trump people, like, I'm gonna tell you something. Here's what I learned, bro. This is a lesson that all us should take heed to, bro. Bro, when you let the wrong person, I don't want to say the wrong person. So let's say you bet against somebody, and then they get in the position that you bet against them with, hey, they gonna talk. So what I'm learning about Trump people is, like, they be shitting on everybody who they felt like Republicans, period. Like, they shitting on they shitting. So they like, yo, you thought you could spend $1 million and kiss up to us after you spent $400 million to get us out of that?
Oh,
nah, bro.
We got documented. We know.
But here's the
that.
thing. I didn't know this, though. A lot of the big businesses who showed up at the inauguration, watch this. Here's the best word to say. Trump and them not letting you play both sides of the field.
Pick a side.
But watch this. They understand that you played the other side, so they cashing out on you and still making you suffer the... You hear me?
I ain't mad.
Like everybody, hey, show up. Yeah. Give me that. All y'all stock gonna fall.
Right. Sit right here. I got your seat.
Show up. Play ball. I got you. All y'all stocks. So now I understand why certain people ain't pull up. Certain people like, bro, I ain't pulling up, man. It is what it is. Do what you gotta do. Cause now, bro, you might gotta split your company up. You might gotta split Facebook. You might don't get it, but Trump could stop it.
But right now, he's like,
but nope, go through it.
And that boy be dancing every time he's sitting in them hearings.
Go through it.
That boy be dancing.
He ain't dancing right now. They pulled up a 2018 email when he said we might have to split these companies up because they too big. They pulled up the 2018 email. So Trump hit that boy for an M, then told him, hey, dance. Dance.
Remember that hot 400?
Your stock was at 700 or something. It's at 5 something now. Dance.
Oof.
I'm mad at that shit.
Right.
Every time I look at that 1.something million, clown. You know what I'm saying?
But if you weren't in it, you would respect it. You'd be like, all right, yeah, I ain't mad at you.
Bruh, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, at this point, I'm gonna be real with you, I feel like Trump playing everybody. They just did an interview. They just did some research. Bro done made $9 billion since he been in office.
Sheesh.
Bro done made $9 billion since he been in office. With the meme coins and everything.
That's a different game right there he playing. He hit 100 yet? He ain't hit 100 yet.
Bro done made $9 billion in net worth since he been in office.
It ain't even been 100 days.
At this point, I just think he playing everybody, dog. I ain't even gonna lie, dog. It ain't even about, I don't even think it's about right politics. I don't think it's about bad politics. I think bruh just playing, he like, bro, I got 4 more years, bro. Like, I'm about to terrorize y'all ass. I'm about to cash out. I'm about to fix all the debt. Y'all say I was bad business. Watch how I run my business up. Y'all say, watch how I'm gonna show y'all how many times I went bankrupt. Watch how I come out of this thing flawless.
Playing Monopoly in real life.
Messing over everybody else.
With the office paperwork and the pen.
Bruh, that's what I believe at this point,
shaking
dog.
hands.
That's what I believe at this point, dog. Because there's no way, I'm just being honest with you, there's no way you can look at what's going on right now and think you're doing a good job. Real talk. Real talk. Real talk, bro. And I had to sit back and realize, like, people don't understand. Like, so when you talk about tariffs, now we don't talk about tariffs on this show way before right now. It's the #1 word looked up right now. And I'm watching videos, people still don't know what they are. So I'm seeing people say, yeah, man, Trump putting the tariffs on China, and China gonna pay that. And people like, you know that ain't how that go, huh? No, that's how that go. No, that ain't how that go. Like, you pay that, bro.
Right.
No, that ain't how that goes. So they break it down to me like, oh, I ain't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, so when people talk about the trade deficit, so let's think about a country like, so when people say like, yo, we running a trade deficit. Well, you gotta that's why I said something to people, and I always say this about Trappin Tuesday. I say, bro, you gotta learn basic economics to be a great investor. You gotta learn basic economics to be a great investor. Tell them bring that down a little bit so I can see myself. You gotta learn basic economics. So you gotta think about something. Go up a little bit more, a little bit. So you gotta learn basic economics. Here's why you gotta learn basic economics. So when somebody telling you something, so now it makes sense when Trump says certain stuff, right? So here's the thing. Once people hear certain things, you can't unhear it, right? So if you say, we're in a mass, you're in a, we in a trade deficit with such and such. Well, you gotta think about something. So, of course, we're gonna be in a trade deficit with somebody like Madagascar. We don't produce vanilla. They produce vanilla. And they don't have a lot of stuff over there that we gonna get from them, but vanilla. So, if I'm getting vanilla from you, and you're not getting nothing from me, that's gonna be a trade deficit. Why? Because I ain't getting nothing from you. You ain't getting nothing from me. I'm getting everything from you. That's a deficit. So at that point, you at a surplus, not me. You feel me? So people like, yeah, we need a trade deficit. Bro, you don't even know what a trade deficit is. A trade deficit don't necessarily mean we getting ripped off. A trade deficit don't mean we getting ripped off. Now, here's what I will say. Are there companies who I think we should like renegotiate with? Hell yeah. There's no reason why we shouldn't be competitive in other countries. But let's just be realistic, bro. Germany make better cars than America. Let's just be realistic. But we still should be able to compete. You feel me? That's the word right there. Just because, watch this, just because you do something better than me, I still should have the opportunity to compete in that market. Now that I agree with, right? Okay, bet, I ain't tripping. Y'all do make better cars than us, but you gotta give me the opportunity to compete in your market at a fair rate of exchange. I'm not mad at that. But when people don't understand trade deficits, that's what people don't understand. Man, we had a trade deficit with, bro, of course we had a trade deficit, bro. Like, what do we make that China want?
Right. What is it?
Of course we'll have a trade deficit with Vietnam. How are they going to, what do they, you feel what I'm saying? Like, what do we make that much that Vietnam want? They only got a $400 billion gross domestic product. They can't spend $200 billion with us. They don't got that much money. Of course we're gonna be at a trade deficit with Vietnam. What are you talking about, bro?
I give them credit No, I don't. Never mind. Take that back. I don't even give them.
I'm just saying all this to say is like, so for me, when I look at stuff, like, because I just know, I'm probably at economics 102. I'm at 102, 103, because I like it. Because in order to learn, in order to love money, you gotta, so this is why I love economics. I love economics more than I love politics, but I love war. Because war is the byproduct of bad products and poor economics. You feel me? So here's why I love it. I love economics because economics tells you how money is moving, why money is moving. Politics help you understand the laws that are in place to actually, watch this, to give one country from my perspective, a part of politics is to allow countries to navigate around each other internally and externally. So politics are, you have internal politics and external politics, right? Internal politics are the ones that we gotta use to govern ourselves. External politics are things like trade commissions and, you know what I'm saying? So how we maneuver and navigate, so to give it a level playing field. And so you never can fault nobody from trying to put some things in they, you know what I'm saying? I get it. Right? But what you gotta learn as an investor is why certain things go a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, that's why I love it. So I love economics because you get to learn money. You get to learn wealth. You get to learn why there is a trade war. What is a trade war? What is a VAT? What is a tariff? What is a sanction? Like, you get to learn all these things. You know what I'm saying? You get to learn, why did we make this trade deal with them? Why did we make this trade deal with them? You start learning why 10-year notes and treasuries are so important. You learn that America is the greatest stock market in the world. It is why everybody around the world invests in our markets. You feel what I'm saying? Because we are the shit. We are the shit, 100%. And so I love economics. Politics can be different, but I love war. I love studying wars because wars affect economies. Wars affect economies. Wars affect economies. I'm not the person that's gonna tell you I know a lot about politics. I know enough about them. But when politics can be a rabbit hole. Politics can be a rabbit hole because they come up with stuff all the time. But we gotta learn that. We gotta learn that.
What about law and policy?
All that.
That's under
politics, for sure. Now, here's what people gotta understand too. So when we ask ourselves, all right, Trap, like, well, so here's the thing that people always get misunderstood. When people say, hey, China need us. And then we say, no, we need China. Well, you gotta understand the intricacy of that relationship. That relationship is one of those relationships where we need each other. Here's why. America got so greedy, we start outsourcing everything. That ain't nobody's fault, but America's fault. That's America's fault. We got so greedy, and we allow companies to get so greedy, we stop producing stuff in-house. That's America's fault. And we let greed supersede stability. We let greed supersede infrastructure. And what do you do when you see somebody being greedy? You start doing the things necessary to do what? Feed the greed. Watch. Okay, what happens when General Motors becomes a company that produces everything in America, right? And then they start saying, you know what? We can get them brakes over there from China or Vietnam or wherever we gonna get these brakes from at a cheaper price and still sell a car for the same price. That's a profit-driven, right? All right, and then what happens with the Nikes? You say, hey, we can create these Nikes. We can get these Nikes built in China for $5 and sell them in America for $180. That's price gouging. But guess what? Because the American consumer fell in love We are America, right? We a powerhouse. We can get whatever we want. That becomes the luxury of buying goods from out the country and getting them in America, right? And so what happens is businesses start building businesses and they start outsourcing everything, right? So watch this. When the businesses start outsourcing everything, we don't become the super producer economy no more. That ain't nobody's fault but America's fault. That's our fault. And so what happens is you can't say somebody being greedy, watch this, you can't say somebody taking advantage of you if you don't want to put that deal in place. Watch this, bro. That's like saying Jacob took advantage of Esau. He did not. Esau let his greed make him make a decision because of his hunger. His hunger put him in a situation. What is that? His greed put him in a situation. What did Jacob do? He saw an opportunity. The opportunity was, hey, bro, hey, you know what? I'll give it to you. What you want, oatmeal? You hungry? Yeah, I'll give you that. Hey, but you guess what you got to give me? It's going to cost you a little something. What's it going to cost you? Your birthright. In the moment, guess what you do? Birthright it is. I don't need that birthright anyway. And then later on, watch this. When your stomach full, damn. Now I don't like it. I want to kill Jacob. He took advantage of me. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He did not take advantage of you. So what I'm saying is, every president, Biden, Obama, don't forget these, Trump, Reagan, Nixon, these agreements been in place. People, Jimmy Carter, all of these people been making these deals. All of them. Ain't nobody stop and say, hey, Ford, you can't do that. Because you been doing it. Hey, Nike, no. You can't do that. Hey, bro, check this out. Watch this. I just learned something. Pharmaceutical companies. 90% of our pharmaceuticals, key ingredients, come from China. Now, watch this. Let's go a little further with that. America is a dope dealing country.
Man, you
We
ain't never
sell
lied.
dope for a living. This is what we do in America. America sells dope. But guess what? You get 90% of the key ingredients of the dope that you sell from China. This is not me saying this. This is facts. 90% of key ingredients that America get in key drugs, guess what? Watch this. 70% of key ingredients, antibiotics, that means penicillin, moxicillin, come from China. 70% of key ingredients and antibiotics come from China. Then they go to India. From India, they come here. The pills go from China, key ingredients from China, they go to India. India turn them into pill form. From pill form, they come to America. What we talking about? What we talking about? What is we talking about? You can't blame nobody because you stopped wanting to produce stuff. And now, watch this, people already crying about they living. Listen, the average American, y'all know the stat, the average American got what? $2,000 in their bank account or less. The average American doing what? Living check to check. The average American what? Can't afford an emergency. Okay, cool. You want to bring the manufacturing jobs in America. I'm not mad at that. Is you gonna pay them? Because guess what? It's going to take 3 to 5 years to build that manufacturer, that factory over here. So now you're going to want them people to go work what? You got to work hours in that manufacturer, 24-hour shifts, 12-hour, 16-hour shifts. Or you going to pay them the money. Or you going to pay them the labor. Now, here's the dope part. As an iron worker, I root for all my iron working men. They going to get paid. Iron workers, electricians, carpenters, pipe fitters, welders, crane operators, they going to get paid. You know why? Because you need us to build a building. But at that point, after that, guess what? They're not going to want to pay you that money. So guess what they're going to do then? Robots are going in there. And so now, those hundreds of millions of jobs, they're not coming. They're going to pay Jose, they're going to pay him, they're going to pay her, They're gonna run the robots.
Run the robots.
Now what's gonna happen then though? Let's talk about the trickle-down effect of that though. That's one thing. Now, guess what? The price. Because that margin ain't the same no more.
Yep.
That $2 shoe ain't $2 no more. It's not $50. It's $50 to get made, plus labor, plus I gotta tack on what it costs for me to build this manufacturer over here.
On us.
Guess who's gonna pay that? You gonna pay that. They already showed the stat. Hey, a car in Mexico costs $6 an hour to make. A car in Canada costs $40 an hour to make. A car in America, $70 to make. And guess what? It ain't even as good as the other cars. I'm just saying, bruh. So some people saying, hey, Trap, man, and this is not even much about Trump. This is about us saying, yo, if we can just learn what's going on, because we gotta learn what we fighting and rooting for.
And not be emotional.
We gotta learn what we fighting and rooting for here. That's why when you see me post up, I post it from a neutral position or post a fact, because truth actually ain't truth always.
Ain't never true. Facts are facts. Truth could be.
Facts is facts.
Mm-hmm.
And people have a thing of making you want to be on one side or the other. Bro, I really don't. I gotta navigate it regardless. I gotta navigate it regardless. A fact is a fact. So we gotta keep, and they hitting us with it. And what happens is the media just punching people down. Bro, I saw something the other day, bro, dude say, bro, we watching the news like it's Sports Center now. We watching the news like it's a playoff. You know why? Cause nigga don't know where they stand at right now. They don't know what to do. Nigga, like, yo, I don't know if to save, invest, spend, put it under my mattress. I don't know what to do with it. Trade it, Bitcoin it, stock it, truck it, real estate it. I don't know, DoorDash it. I don't know what to do with it.
Watch CNBC on the plane.
I don't know what to do with it, cuz. Bro, this is the first, listen, we got off the plane, I got off the plane coming from Orlando. Bro, I looked in first class, everybody was watching some type of news.
Yep. No.
CNN, CNBC, Fox. I said, oh, this boy got us in a chokehold.
Mm-hmm.
He got us in a chokehold. He got everybody. Nobody don't know what's going on. So here's what I'm saying. We cannot truly sit right here, whether you pro-Trump or whatever, anti-Trump, you can't sit right here and say, hey, I'm confident in what's happening these first whatever days. You can't say that. You can't say it. Because watch this. You cannot say this. You cannot say Lil Payne not for long-term gain. Because guess what? You don't gotta wipe $11 trillion out of the market to get long-term gain. Now watch this. Here's the dope part about it. Your net worth has increased by $9 billion. While the same people saying short-term gain, your net worth ain't increased by $9 billion, bro.
He got that short-term gain. Ain't gonna get the loan.
Your mama, 401k, pension fund. Bro, we back to 2022 levels. Think about this. That's 3 years worth of work your mama done did to retire, gone in 8 weeks. Let's go a little further, man. My bad.
Nah, you was cooking. You saw that one post, though, with just on the low. It was funny, though, where they was breaking down the Birkin bag price, how they make the Birkins over there, and they was talking about, it's like $1,000 total.
Yeah.
As far as to make, everybody knew that, Drake, but again, they pulling out all the stops now.
Yeah, because what happens is, let's go to the recession portfolio after this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's what happens, bro. And people so here's what some people saying. People saying like, oh, y'all ain't, they showing y'all replicas. Well, some of them could be replicas. But where you think they getting that stuff made at, bro? Price gouging been a thing. You forgot Dior just was on the news late 2024 for the same thing. Dior. So you can't say they lying. You can't say they lying. Christian Dior was on the goddamn, what this was, about October last year? For that. Well, when you think about Dior, guess who? The same, they only owned by the same people. You think they just did it with the Dior and didn't do it with Louis Vuitton? You think Dior and Louis Vuitton ain't do it? You don't think Prada did it? You don't think Hermes did it? You think they're the only one that decided? No. So somebody said, man, you don't think them companies signed NDA? I say, bro, China been jacking IP for years, bro. I say, I'm gonna go a little further with you, bro. Bro, people in America don't respect NDAs.
Sue me, take me to
I got an NDA. So? I'm lying? Huh? Yeah, bro, people don't even care about no, people sign NDAs. So what? I don't care about them things.
right. Straight to social media.
You feel me? What we talking about? Them people attacking Lululemon. Everybody, hey, this Lululemon set, $2. What? $2? I look straight at my girl. Damn, $2. I like Lululemon. You better go to China.
Go direct to the connect.
Get everything you want. Skims? Why you think she getting Skims made at? I hope you don't think it's a USA factory.
It definitely ain't.
Come on, what we doing?
In the USA factory, they just put the tag on
That's
it.
all. That's all. So, bro, here's the thing about that, bro. You, at this point now, you can't think that, Dior just got them last, October, November for the same thing. You think they the only one? You think they just had the bright idea, hey, we gonna go do this? And no. They got a spot in China, wherever they went at, and say, hey, let's make this, and we'll do this, and then people know they make that. That's why the replicas look so good. The replica get made right on the side of it.
Right there with
Hey, take that stitch out. Don't put that stitch in there.
Or they put the logo on
You
it.
feel me?
That's crazy.
It's all right.
Capitalism, that is fine.
So I told somebody, I said, that's war games right there, bro. That's what that is. That's war games. All right, let's go. So does history repeat itself or does it rhyme? Historically, stocks go down 5% 3 times a year, 20% every 4 to 6 years, 10% once a year, 30% once per decade, 40% plus a few times per century. All right, we've already reached the 20% mark. Do you think we go lower? As of right now, the NASDAQ is 17% from its high. The S&P is about 10. I think it's about 10 or 12. We already touched that 20% mark. What you think, Jose? Hey, we gotta adjust our 6,800 too, dog. We gotta make an adjustment.
What's the new adjustment?
I mean, everybody else is. Shit. Look at this. Look at this, man. Goldman Sachs, Oppenheimer, Bank of America, JP Morgan, bro. JP Morgan went from, we had 68, they had 6, they going for 52. Also, recession indicator has hit an all-time at 60% in the next 2. Look what Sean did. Hey, bro. This man got us in a whole chokehold out here, man.
It seemed like it was doing pretty good at the beginning. It was like, then it went downhill from there. And when it went down, it went down.
Bro, you know what my thing is, bro? I'm always the person that always wants, like, I be wanting to know, like, what's in bro. Like, I wonder if he really think he doing a good job. Like, in his mind, or he like, damn, I'm fucking up.
I wonder if he care, and as long as his pocket's getting right.
Oh, he getting right. I'm gonna tell you something. Here's why I know this is crazy, because there's no way you can literally say these countries are kissing our ass to make a deal, and you think that I'm gonna come make a deal with you. Come on, bro. Come on. Huh? These countries are kissing our ass to make a deal. First of all, y'all know damn well if Barack Obama would have said that, they would have impeached him the next day.
Right.
I think that's the thing that be getting me, bruh. That we be just overlooking so much stuff. Like it ain't it. Knowing damn well, like, we can't get away with stuff like that, dog. All right, let's go. So.
You ain't say what the new number is.
Man, our new number.
What's the new number?
What is that right now?
Sean looking it up.
I think our new number is, what is that, 54? Is that 5,400? 5396. Man. I'm gonna go with 56. I'm gonna go with 50.
I'm gonna go with 50.
I don't know what this dude, bruh. We at 53. My new number 5,700. I'll go 5,700. I'll go 5,700, Jose. That's 900-point decline. Cause check this out. I went 68, and that was a number like a 13% increase from where we was. So I still wasn't super bullish. I'm like, yo, we got at least get 13%. I go 5,700, Jose. I think we eke out a green.
All right.
I think we at 53 right now. That mean we have a 1% year. I give us 5,700, Jose.
We got it in the books, 57.
I can't change it no more.
Is it possible to gauge this stuff with him doing these things and stuff like that? Is it possible to gauge these things with Trump doing all this stuff?
Is it possible
to like gauge where it's gonna go? Because everybody had like 68.
Nah, look at the numbers we had. I had 68, bro.
Yeah,
we had 7,100. Who was at 68 with me? You had Oppenheimer, which is a big one. They was at 59. They was at 7,000. They was at 71. Then you had Wells Fargo at 66. So I was at 68. Everybody done came out. JP Morgan said 52. Damn, JP. JP think we dead. But you can't gauge it, bro. You can't gauge what's gonna happen here, man. You can't gauge what's gonna happen here, man. I'm gonna say, yeah, I gotta go with 57, man. No, I'm gonna go 58, Jose. I'm gonna go 58. I'll give us 58. I'll give us 5,800. I'll give us 58. Now, here's the thing. We in the second quarter now. I got an F for the first quarter. I got an F for the first quarter, 100%. My first F ever. I got an F for the first quarter, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And I was on the high. I was like, we about to punish. This was looking like a $5 million a year, easy. We was 799,000 to the good in February. I'm like, oh, we about to smoke this year. We probably had an M by April. Oh, we probably do an M a quarter. Trump said, sit your silly ass down. I'm the only one make money around this bitch. I hate that dude right now, I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's get into let's go to our recession portfolio and stuff, man. We gotta show the people the numbers, man. Let's get to it. All right, so we put in some plays, man. We actually on a little roll right now. We actually on a roll right now. I gotta look at it because I can't remember what these things is. All right, so I can look at them. All right, yep, so this is the play we put in yesterday. These two plays was today. I should have got out of the AutoZone play. I didn't even see that thing. I was so tired. Bro, today was such a busy day for me, bro. Today was a busy-ass day for me, bro, before I came here, bro. I felt like a chick with my head cut off. I did, bro. I hate when I have days that just get on me like that. You have some days that just get on you, bro?
Yeah. I know when you be on them days, I only hit you. I'd be like,
yeah, like that, it just got on me, bro. Like, it got on me. Anyway, AutoZone play, it's still a cool play, though. That's still, AutoZone be moving like that, man. Costco be moving like that. So, next is, okay. So, this play shouldn't be, but I put it in there. We put it in for the Patreon. So, all these are new plays in the Patreon, too, except for this one. So we put this one in the Patreon. This one is good. And then the next one, those two we put in, I won't say this week, was today, Tuesday? So I think we put them in Friday. No, we put them in last Thursday. These are Thursday. All right, so they good. Let's go a little further. And then, so that was the play that was covered up. We shouldn't have covered the fucking... But the SFM play, that's the play we've been in, and that's the other play at the bottom we put in. So, yeah. Them some expensive-ass plays, though. So, that Netflix play was an expensive-ass play. If you could get in that play, you get in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid a pretty penny for that goddamn play. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I like Netflix. That's my people, so. All right, let's go to the buy and hold. Yep. So, right now we in, let's see. All together, we in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we in 7 option plays. Yeah, so we're in 7 option plays right now. Not bad. I am glad that that Sprouts Farmers Market play finally flipped over for us. I like that. And I got to give my man. Credit. Last week, one of the guys on the Patreon said, Trap, we should be getting it. I think we should get in the AVGO play. I think at the time that play was 150. Literally the next 2 days, that thing shot up like crazy. Between Thursday and Monday and yesterday, that play shot up like crazy. It got up to 180. I think it came down today with that bad news from NVIDIA. So shout out to, I forgot who it was. Shout out to the homie inside of the Patreon that asked about that AVGO play. Getting in that 150 definitely was a good lick, bruh. Definitely was a good lick. The market was down that Tuesday. I was like, nah, bruh. We had a spike that Thursday. Nice, whatever, Friday. So I gotta give, because I was like, nah, bro, I'm good. And I said it on the show. So I gotta give, I can't remember who it was. I gotta give you your props, bro. That would have been a good play for us in the group. I am looking at it because it pulled back with this bad NVIDIA news today. But I gotta give you, 100%. Nettie, what's good? Yeah, so I gotta, if I come on here and say something and I point somebody out and be like, hey, bro, nah, I got to give you your props, fam. That would have been that 150 would have been a sweet. It was like 155, 160 is maybe when he said it. And since then, I watched it because I watched it since then. It got up to 181 before the pullback today. So and they even did they went crazy through earnings. So shout out to the king. I know it was one of the homies. So I gotta. If I say no publicly like that, I gotta come back and say, hey, bro, you was right on that one, dog.
You know who you are.
Yeah, I can't remember who it is. If you in the chat, say that was me, Trap. But if you in the Patreon, you know who you are, family. So if y'all in there, y'all remember who it was. But that was a good call, brother, at 150. Because I was already mad that I didn't get an NVIDIA at 87 for an option play, but I added it to the buy and hold. So when it pulled back to 103, 104, something like that, we got in it. But that AVO play definitely was that was a sweet play. So I'm actually looking for it.
Salute to the 5,500 back in here. I know we've been having issues.
5,500, man.
You know
Let's go.
Salute to
y'all. All right,
y'all.
so here go the buy and hold. Now, I will say something for my buy and hold. What I did, you see that cash balance switched up. What I did was I put 50,000 back down here, and I transferred 50,000 up to the options portfolio. So, again, so that's still no new money. You still no new money from outside, so I keep that. So I added 50,000 into more plays in here already, and then I pushed 50,000 up. So that's why you see the 100,000 off. But let's go. Sean, we beating the market. We up 10%. So that's always our goal. AJG is up. Costco up. Meta down. NVIDIA probably going to be down in the morning. It's down 5% right now, so that's probably going to be punch me in the face. The Palantir is doing good. And then SFM, I'm looking to add 2 more plays to this, but I'm going to just be cautious on it. I'm definitely looking to add 2 more plays. What's up?
Marcel Daniels, he said that was him.
Marcel, that was Marcel? Where you at? I see you, fam. I want to just shout you out. What his name?
Marcel Daniels.
Marcel Daniels, yep. What's up, family? Nah, it wasn't AB. AB put a lot of smoke in there, but that was Marcel, because he was like, hey, Trap. He specifically was like, hey, Trap, I think we should be getting the AVO play right now. I was like, nah, bro, I'm going to sit. I said, no, look what I said. I said, you can get it if you want, bro, but I'm going to sit on the side right here, you hear me? So shout out to Marcel. Yep, and that probably was him. Yep, shout out to Marcel, man. So I definitely got to give you a shout out on that, bro. I definitely don't mind. You know, that's the thing about me, man. I don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind giving my people props, man. You know why, too? Because in the Patreon, like, they really be getting to it. They really be like...
I don't be looking in the chat. I saw the chat. Oh, they got graphs. They got everything.
Bro, they go crazy.
I was like,
they go crazy. Like, I coming in, I rock with them. Yeah. I do, like, if I ain't, like, today I was just jammed up. Other than that, I be in there rocking with them, pointing out stuff. I damn near got a challenge they had. I be trying to get the news before them sometime to put in the goddamn. I done told them everywhere I get the news. They be like, I got you, Trap. I be like, God damn. But I like that, though. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So, yep. Yep, let's go 1-800 right now.
Hey, Trap. It's Javon Hartman for St. Petersburg, Florida. Thanks, Jose, for taking my question. The question is, I've been noticing that the banks has been lowering their, I should say, probably guidance on what they think that the S&P is going to be at by the end of years. And I was wondering, is there anything that we need to be doing in these downtimes to hedge our portfolios? I know you came out today and said that we should be taking profits between 40 and 50%, but is there any other things, any strategies we should be maximizing during these downtime? Thank you.
Hey, my dude looks so cool.
I'm about to say, my dog future is bright.
Nah, he cool. Like, that must be a Tesla. That's a Tesla with the thing? Hey, he cool. That burgundy hitting on them white seats with the glasses. I feel you, King. There's a few things. I'm gonna tell you the one thing that I can't get in, bro. It don't want to pull back enough for me to get in it. Gold. It don't want to pull back enough for me to get in it. Not GDX, GLD, or NEM. Can't get in them. Don't want to pull back enough for me to get in them. You know what I'm saying? It might pull back a little bit, and then the next day, new highs. pull back a little bit, new highs. I be like, damn, I want to get in the gold play so bad. I'm itching for it. I watch it every day. I watch the gold, or them three, GLD, GDX, and NEM. I watch them every day. I be like, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. God, they don't pull back at all. Next day, new high. I'll be like, God damn. Yeah, man, there's a few ways you can hedge your portfolios. I got in that GLD. Man, I want to get in that place so bad. Gold ain't pulling out at all. It don't want to pull back at all. Yep. So you could play the put game, but I just think this market is so super emotional for me. That's a way to hedge. You can do inverse ETFs, which is, that'll be a good trap. Look at EWU. I bet. I'll look at that. EWU. Yep, I'll look at that. You can also play inverse ETFs. That's a great way to hedge without actually having to do the options. You can do the inverse ETFs. You could do double, triple, single, double, or triple, so that's good. Another way to hedge is, it depends if you're talking hedge, buy and hold, or hedge. You can actually buy TLT, which is the bond market. You can get some of that. That's a good hedge for you to play the game. So there's a few things you can do to give yourself a hedge on that. There's a few ways you can play that, but it depends on what do you want to do with the hedge. I don't think you always have to trade to have an edge, to hedge your bets. I think you can play it from several different ways. So, yep, that's what you could do, fam. Man, he was real cool, too, man. Let's go, man.
What's up, Trap? What's up, Jose? Thanks for taking my question. This is Franklin Reed.
I'm about to say, that's Frank.
You all know me as Frankie Fresh in the Patreon. What's up, community?
He's smart.
So, Trap, here's my question. How do you manage your emotions during this market volatility that we're experiencing, especially when you're surrounded by this wonderful community of investors in the Patreon who may, from time to time, unintentionally amplify fear or FOMO or even euphoria? Yeah. What are some of the strategies that you use to stay grounded so that you don't get swept up in all of our collective emotional highs or lows? Thanks for answering the question. Talk to you soon, bro.
So first of all, me and Frank had a conversation. He's super smart. He's super smart. One night I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and I was just answering DMs in the Patreon. I was talking to him, and I said, hey, man, I told him, I said, man, I appreciate your knowledge. There's certain people in the group you could tell they got just a different level of experience. And I was talking to him, and he was like, man, I just admire the way you navigate this. You know what I'm saying? He was like, the way you navigate the ups and downs, the wins, the loss, the way you navigate this, bro, like, I love it. So shout out to him. And I say, man, you look like, I said, man, I can tell you got some information on you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know something, you feel me? Because, you can tell, like, the little subtle comments that people drop that it got so much value in it, you know what I'm saying? So one of the ways that I do is I'm human. So I know when it's time, I know when I gotta step out of it for a second. You know what I'm saying? And it's not so much the euphoria, but it's the immense fear that can flood the Patreon at one time. And it's not that the fear makes me fearful, the fear frustrates me. Right? The fear doesn't make me fearful because I'm fearless when it comes to the market. But it frustrates me because it makes me wonder, what can I do better to help them navigate? And I'll give you an example. Like Nettie, AB, T. Bolden. There are some people that can snipe the market. You know what I'm saying? They can go snipe, milk. You know what I'm saying? They'll go snipe out right quick. You know what I'm saying? They may hit, and what I like about them, like, they'll say when they lose, they'll be like, damn, I got hit right quick. But what happens is, it's not their fault because they sharing their experience. And I always say, you can't tell. What I love is that they share their experience. And people who are new, they'll see me explaining, but I may not be active. Like, I'm not a day trader. So they'll try to go do some shit and get caught. Frank, this is a great question. Let me get this analogy to y'all right quick. Jose, can I get to the whiteboard right quick? Frankie, I want to answer that question in such a dope way. Can I go to it? All right, I want y'all to see this, because this is gonna be real good. This is an analogy I had the other day. Come on. All right. This is an analogy I had the other day. So first of all, Frank, let me say this. I'm so emotionally grounded when it comes to the market don't sway me. The thing that I love about the Patreon is the Patreon helps me. My thing is, how do I help people navigate it with the same type of emotion that I have? And, you know, for me, it's not about being right or wrong, which is why I could tell somebody like Marcel, hey, that was crazy. I could tell AB like, dog, that was good. Or I can tell somebody like you, Frank, like, yo, that's some good information. Like, it don't bother me that there are other great people in the community that's really, really smart. The biggest thing is trying to help the new people navigate the emotion. I'll give you an example, and I'm not pointing at him. There's one of my guys in the group named Sonny, right? Sonny got whipped in ServiceNow. I got whipped in that bit with him. But every day, Sonny would be pissed off at ServiceNow. Like, every day, he would make at least 3 or 4 comments on how ServiceNow is whooping his ass. And it would bring him down, right? And I would try to, like, help him, but it was just whooping him. And the one thing I can't teach you is, like, how to feel. So I'll be like, hey, bro, like, man, don't get down. It's all good, bro. Like, you know, we're going to fight back. But again, the play was a real expensive play. You know what I'm saying? And it just turned around on us, and it never turned back around. So watch this. It hurt him as it was going down, and it hurt him to cut it. You know what I'm saying? And so that play just was punching on him. And so one day he said, I think he tried to do a put. And he said something to the group, damn, I can't win if I do calls, or I can't win if I do puts. And that's the exact thing I did not want. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that was the exact thing I didn't. And so for me, it's challenging me to just become better at helping people just navigate the market in a better way. And it's making me go in my tool bag a little more. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've really been on the charts a lot more, learning a lot more, doing a lot more, just so I can help people navigate a little bit more. But I had this idea the other day, y'all. I want you to go with me in this as I talk about this right quick. So I want y'all to think about it. This came to me. So one of the things I like to do in my spare time is watch National Geographics. Right now, I'm watching this thing called Savage Kingdom. Right now. Right? It's Savage. It's such an amazing thing. It's 4 seasons. But I saw something that made me think about the market. So in Savage Kingdom, when you think about the wild, there's this thing called the water hole. There's this thing called a water hole. Right? This thing called a water hole. Now, the thing about the water hole is all apex predators and savages come to this water hole. Right? And so here's how it gave me a dope idea when I thought about the market. So if you thought about who the big dog of the water hole is, who would you think it'd be? Who would you think it'd be, Jose? If you thought about the big dog of the water hole, who would you think it'd be?
So the first one, you know, I said the crocodile.
The crocodile, but it ain't. So the first big dog at the water hole is the hippo. He the big dog. The hippo is the big dog at the water hole. Right? The hippo is the big dog at the water hole. Why is the hippo the big? Because nobody ain't gonna try him. Nobody ain't gonna try him. But check this out. This is where everybody else come in, and this is how I look at the market. This is how I look at the market. So this is the water hole. Everybody got a drink here. But the most dominant person in the water hole is the hippo. Well, who is the hippo if we're looking at the market? The hippo is the institutions. They dominate the water hole. They dominate the market. So the water hole is the market. This is going to be good. Watch this. I thought about this the other day. The water hole is the markets. Watch this. But also, you have the line, you have the wild dogs. So the wild dogs are actually great predators. They come in packs. But guess what? The wild dogs have the ability to chase a victim for long periods of times, but also they can come to the water hole and they're strategic. So I like to call the wild dogs the swing traders and the deep swings and the leap players. That's us. So we wild dogs, right? Because we play the game from a different perspective, right? But we still got to be strategic here. And then you have, watch this, the hyenas. To me, that's the day traders. Here's why. Because day traders be on some jacking shit. They go jack profits out the market. They go take them and they go. They don't try to sit in the market long. They try to, and so what I learned about the hyenas as I'm watching this is the hyena will jack anybody for what they got. They don't care. The wild dogs ain't gonna do that. We're gonna come to the water hole, but if we see something around, we're gonna act as a team, we're gonna act as a unit, but we're gonna play the long game to make these trades, to get these profits, to get out this water hole. But then the day traders become the hyenas. Why? Because they're not here for a long time. They're here to dominate, they're here to jack, they'll jack a lion, they'll challenge anybody. They'll challenge anybody. In a group setting, the day traders will challenge anybody for a spot at this water hole. And then you got your lions. No matter what you understand about the lions, here's what they do. They are the biggest carnivore. So these are my buy and hold investors. They play the long game, and out of everybody, they gonna be dominant. They gonna be dominant. They gonna be dominant. So watch this part here though. Watch this part. This is the part that's gonna be funny. And then you got the warthogs. That's your new investors who trying to hop in and out of the market. They can get ate by anybody. Because they are the weakest vessel of them all. They can get ate by the lions. They can get ate by the wild dogs. They can get ate by the hyenas. And if they slip up, they can get killed by the hippo. That make sense? I was looking at this thing and I said, yo, that's every breed of investor right there. That's every breed of investor. Wild dogs, they doing the swings, the deeper swings. They come in bunches, strategic. Day traders become hyenas. Why? They just want to jack the market for something right quick. They won't jack. They won't go about their business. They'll jack a lion. Watch this. They'll jack a lion. They'll jack us. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Buy and hold investors. And then the last one was the cheaters. That's your people that's your sellers. Why? Because the cheaters is the fastest of them all. Well, guess what? The people who sell options, They get their profit out the gate. That's the cheater. The fastest one in the game. They get their profit out the gate. Ain't nobody gonna outrun them. Ain't nobody gonna outrun them. 65 miles an hour, out the gate. If you selling options, calls or puts, you a cheater. Everybody got access to the water hole. One group is supremely dominant, the hippo. And everybody else got to figure out how to play the game around them at the water hole. That was my breakdown, Jose. How you feel about that, dog? How do you feel about that?
I love that. They was loving that, boy.
They was liking that?
They was going crazy.
All right. So that was real cool for that. Bro, I was watching that thing and I just had to eat. I was like, yo, I got an idea. And it just hit me, bro. So how they feel about that?
Nah, you was cooking on that one.
That was good, bro?
Yeah. Nah,
all right, so let me get back to Frank's question.
I'm about to say, I forgot that was Frank's question.
Yeah, so Frank's question is, how do I do it? So one, Frank, the biggest thing with the Patreon group is the euphoric feeling that's in the group. I love it. I love when people winning, you know, when they making money. I love that part of the game. I don't really got to do too much enough. I think the hardest part, the most frustrating part for me is when people just get too down, because then I got to take a step back because my frustration comes in because I want to help everybody navigate this thing a certain way. And I see certain people like Long Lead, Thavion, Brand Builder, Jermaine, a lot of people, I don't want to necessarily say adapt in my psychology, but they have that psychology. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say that I kind of helped be an influence a little bit, AB. You know what I'm saying? People like that, they've adapted my Long Lead, they've adapted my psychology to market, Nettie. So they don't really be tripping. They're like, bro, it is what it is. Like, I've even seen Nettie come and be like, say, y'all, like, hey, it's part of the game. You know, if you're not making money on this side, on the put side, just chill for a second. Like, you don't always got to do something. So for people, I love people like that that's in a group that help everybody understand, like, we don't always got to be doing something. Like, we don't got to make a trade every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you doing that, you now take your winning percentages way down. And the worst thing that can happen is when you already down, now you trying to chase the market to get them returns back. You put yourself in an even deeper hole. So, Mr. Frank, I think the biggest thing for me is being able to bag up some time from the group, maybe for a couple of hours, you know what I'm saying? So I don't get caught up in the frustration that they got going on. And again, I'm human, that's my people. I always want to make sure I can navigate them the right way. And that's kind of it for me. When everybody feeling good, shit, I ain't gotta do shit. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to feel good. I want you to feel great about the market. The biggest thing is me just helping navigate that. And how do I do it? Is just being able to step back for a second. Some days you'll see me come in the group late. It's because I'm just taking in information for what's going on. I'm reading, I'm working out, I'm making sure. I know one thing, once I come in that group, I gotta have a clear mind. I gotta go answer some questions. So I wanna make sure I got the clear mind that I'm in there at the right time. So, and again, let me say this right quick. Thankful for everybody in the group, because I've never gotten a group of people like, man, where the trap at? Where the trap at? I make sure I come in there every day, but some days I gotta just step back, you know, to move around. So I hope I answered your question with that, Frank. I know it was kind of long, but I hope I answered that for real. Let's get to it. And if you ain't a Patreon, man, come get in there, man.
Good evening, Jose. Good evening, family. Good evening, Trap. I appreciate what you're doing for community and for Patreons and for everybody. My question is, yesterday I heard on one of your podcasts that you're talking about adding a leg if you're down on your options. I bought an option expiration date for September 19, 2025. It was an Uber call. I know you got it off the call right when the market went down, but I'm still on the same call. The strike price currently is going $74. My strike price is $80. $80. So it was $72.50, and I went ahead and bought an upper strike price so I could pay lower. But the premium I pay $625, I should not do that. Should I stay at the same option call, expiring September 2025, or should I roll up, or should I add a leg? Yesterday, like I said, what's the strategy? Could you please help me with that? And another thing is, I'm still waiting for the Trap Master, brother. Please let me know.
Yep. So, if I heard that right, he didn't add another one yet, right? Yeah. So I would honestly, I wouldn't add another one. Here's why I wouldn't add another one. Because you have until September. We're in April. My mic on? Oh, we're in April. So you still got May, June, July, August. So you still have 4 more months of that call. I wouldn't add another leg to that right now. I would because again, it's $73. You got an $80. It's $73. You got an $80 strike price on it. And honestly, the Uber call wasn't bad for us. It just wasn't running. It wasn't a bad. It's still averaging. You $7 in right now. Uber's still up 18% on the year. I don't think you need to add another leg. I think you can ride that one out. I don't think you need to go up. I don't think you need to go down. I think you stay right where you are with that call. I honestly think by summertime, you'll be in a better position because Uber, it moves kind of weird. It don't go crazy, but I think by summertime, yeah, it's 74, right, 73 right now. Like I say, Uber wasn't a bad play for us. I just wanted to exit, get the capital, take my L, and you know what I'm saying? So I don't think you need to get out of that play. I think if you're still in it, I think you good. I think you just watch it. I think you'll be all right. I think you at least get 20%, 25% out of that play. I think you at least get 25% out of that play. Honestly. I think you'll get 25, maybe 30% out of that play. But you'll just have to navigate it. You know, it'll be critical, especially watch it for earnings. I think you'll get 25 out of that play. Yep. Let's get busy. Oh, and I think once we get the building going, we'll drop Trap Masters. Yeah.
Hey, Trap. Hey, Jose. Thank you so much for taking my call. So, Trap, many of us know the story of the man you met, the one whose words became the catalyst that shifted the entire trajectory of your life. I can't help but wonder, does he know? Is he aware that the seed he planted in you was not only nurtured and grown, but has become a source of inspiration and transformation for countless others? That through your courage and determination, and more importantly, execution, you've used that very seed to pollinate hearts and sow new seeds and lives far beyond your own and far beyond, I'm sure, what you can even imagine. Thanks again for taking my question.
Bro, why do y'all put birds on there? Who did that? Y'all did that?
I did it only because it was so dope. I saw all the beautiful background going on.
The background was beautiful. Why did you put black clouds in all? What the fuck? Why you got black clouds in all
It was the birds. Anywho.
Like I'm looking like, wait, the bird's coming out the screen? What the hell?
I saw your face.
Bro, why did you do that? That's my girl, man. She been rocking. So she has been rocking me for a long time. She was in Trap Masters too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. She was in Trappers Anonymous. I remember I did the toy giveaway she came through. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody asked me before, they was like, Trap, like, man, you ever saw your bruh again? Hell no. So here's what be happening, what people don't realize what happens in jail is he wasn't even from Louisiana. His charge got him extradited to Louisiana. Remember, I always tell people, he had a federal charge, right? And so his federal charge got him expedited to Louisiana. So now I've never seen him again. We stayed in a whole, what, 90, almost 90 days? And then he got shipped to the feds. I got shipped upstate to the state prison. So he went to a federal prison. Federal prison, they could go anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't even from, like, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, I never met him again.
And I know everybody asked you that question because
All
I know
the time.
I did.
I even saw somebody say, man, nigga lying, nigga ain't meet nobody in jail. Like, why of all people would I say a white man gave me the game? If anything, I'm a lying, say a dude gave it to me. A brother gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, nigga lying, man. Nobody gave me no game, man. Then I heard somebody say I stole Curtis Wallstreet. Why would I steal somebody's story about going to jail and learning stocks, bro? Like, of all things, I'm gonna steal that story.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so, nah, man, I've never met him again, never even seen him again. Never even seen him again. Somebody said, I was like, what the hell going on? Y'all know, say, man, flush Jose, man. For messing up a perfectly great, beautiful scene, a beautiful queen, beautiful moment. He decided to put bats in a black cloud.
It wasn't bats or a black cloud.
That was a black cloud, bro.
It had a little gray to it. It had a little gray to it. When you change the opacity. Anywho.
That man said when you change the opacity. Bro, we not graphic designers, bro. We don't know what none of that is, bro. All I know is I'm looking like, wait, what is that?
Bro, you should
bats flying.
You should have saw your face, though.
Because I didn't know if it was on her, but then it was in the graphic. So I'm like, wait, how do birds get in the graphic? You stupid, bro. You stupid, dude. Nah, I never seen him again. And maybe he'll see me. You know, maybe if he's alive, you know what I'm saying? But I have not. I have not. Definitely have not. All right, let's go a little further, man. What we got? All right, let's get to it. All right, how you feeling in the chat, man?
Man, my dog, J King 251 was like, man, Jose, that was cool.
He the only person. Man, flush J King too, man. J King, flush you too, bro. Flush you too, J King. Yeah. For hyping that up. Because he might try that again next week because he thought it was cool. Oh, man, I can make it better on the next one. I could have did this. Nah, flush you, J King, and flush Jose, bro. Both of y'all out here. Hey, let me tell you something. Man, my girl made some juices last night.
Like the fruit juice?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you, babe.
Why you ain't bring nothing, though?
Ain't for you.
Yeah, I guess. That makes sense. I share it with you, though. Don't do that.
I would share
Ash cook.
If we would have brung it. Hold up, you ain't never gave me none of Ash cooking.
I ain't give you none of that?
Nah, negative.
That might be a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie.
Nah, I think about
Flush Jose again for lying. Flush Jose for lying on the show. Flush Jose.
I feel like I do.
Nah. Chipotle, yeah.
I do
Ash
feel
cooking,
it.
no.
Yeah, you right.
No. All right. Yeah, man, juice was good. The only thing I didn't like was we ain't make enough. And it wasn't because she ain't had enough. It's just because you be juicing and you just get tired. I told her that. I said, you gonna get tired. My God. And I don't know why she won't do everything at nighttime. Why is you wait till we about to go to sleep to start juicing Thelma Harper? You know?
Because you got to cut up the fruit and stuff.
Bruh, she had it cut up for 3 days. It's in an ice box, in a container. She's so, I'm going to tell you what I need in my life, what I love.
Organization.
She is organized.
Hey.
Except for when it comes to putting her clothes that she come in town with.
Hey, the library picture?
She ain't living that.
The library shelf setup? Fire.
That was a mixture of her and my people, but great. She started it.
Okay.
So I got to give her her props. She started it, 1 o'clock in the morning. Why are you doing this at 1 o'clock in the morning?
That's
I don't
when that
understand this.
creativity
We got a whole day. You wait until we get into the next day to start doing library stuff. And I'm like, sleep.
I ain't mad at it.
I am.
That's where that creativity comes in.
There ain't no creativity, man. Lay your ass down.
Go to sleep.
Go to sleep, man. Do that shit in the morning. Go to sleep. Because now I got to sit up.
Yeah?
Now I got to be up.
And keep you company.
Yeah, I got to be up. Damn, let's spend some time together. What time we spending? The books. Ain't no time together. You working.
Good job.
You go to sleep. Man, that is crazy. Man, flush my girl, man. Flush my girl.
That's what I'm talking about. Nat, you
Flush
with
my girl.
in the tournament.
Flush my girl. Flush my girl for that, because she got a habit of doing that, man. All right, let's get to it, man. What we got? All right. Oh, so here's something I learned. Watch this, Sean. You're going to like this stat. Watch this. The elevated VIX levels have historically led to positive performance. Watch this stat. Anytime the VIX has spiked over 40, the next 3 months after have been positive. That's a stat, Sean. That's a stat, Sean. That's a stat, Sean. That's a stat.
Say it again.
So the VIX measures volatility in the market. There's a stat that came out, that's where I got this from, and I added this up there, that says that when the VIX passes 40, the next 3 months, the market averages a 33% return. Or 33% chance, let me say that again. 33% chance, the market is positive the next 3 months. I'm looking at that. And it goes up to, when it reverses, it's a 33% positive. That's what I mean. I had to get it right. So meaning the reversal, because you know if the VIX is high, that means the market is down. Well, the next 3 months after, it's a 33% turnaround. So that don't mean the market is up 33%. It means the turnaround from positive to negative is a 33% turnaround. You dig? So, yeah, man, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So that was it. So anytime, 40%, Jose, anytime the market is, anytime the VIX has hit 40, the following 3 months have been positive with a 33% turnaround. Meaning from negative to positive, it's a 33% turnaround. Somebody. Hey, Sega D said, man, that VIX ain't never met Trump. You ain't. That's clutch. All stats go out the window with this guy. And I'm a stat data-driven person. They all go out the window with this guy, bro. You're absolutely right. Say them stats is for everybody else, not him, bro. Damn. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. All right, so here's where we are with, as of 5 o'clock Eastern. All right, so $36 trillion in debt, which is $107,000 per citizen, which is $323,000 per taxpayer. Let's put this on a big screen so they can see it, so they can know where we at. Let's see. Doge is the Doge clock. You know, they say they clocking bread. 321 billion is what they say they saving, or spending, or found, something like that. I don't know what Doge be tripping. I don't know what Elon got. I'm gonna tell you something. You know shit real when Elon starts saying, hey, this person is an idiot. That's when I knew. That's when I said, when Elon starts saying, hey, Peter Navarro is an idiot. I said, ooh, they cracking. They cracking. And so U.S. total debt, there go 100. Ooh. U.S. total interest paid, golly. Credit card, that's big, y'all. That's big, y'all. So here's what I want y'all to look at when y'all looking at $50 trillion stock market, $24 trillion in land. Look at this, U.S. hidden wealth. Precious metal, 1 trillion. Mineral reserves, 6 trillion. Real estate, 75. Land, 24. Stock market, 50 trillion. Recaptured assets, 7 trillion. Come on, y'all. Come on. All right, let's go a little further.
USDebtClock.org or something like that?
Yep, USDebtClock.org.
Yeah.
Yep, USDebtClock.org. And what happens is, if you go to USDebtClock.org, you'll see these numbers still running in real time. So this is a 5 o'clock. They done probably added at least another couple 100 billion between 5 o'clock and now. It's still running. It's still running. Let's go a little further. Whether recession is hitting the U.S. the hardest. So we saw this, and this was a great for us to see. So eating out has decreased in the last 12 months. Entertainment decreased by 51%. Clothing has decreased by 50%. Travel, 47%. Hobbies, 41%. Groceries, 32%. We're spending more on groceries. Transportation, housing, healthcare, non-applicable. So grocery, transportation, housing and utilities, and healthcare is where we feeling it the most. Would you agree with that, Jose?
Wait, so yeah. So I was looking at the increase based off of the survey. So that's the decrease side, and the increase side. Yeah, groceries.
Groceries high.
And
groceries high.
Utilities, yeah.
This is the time where egg and rice is, well, not egg and rice.
Yeah. Rice.
Corn and rice. Corn and rice.
Rice is cereal.
Corn and rice with sausage, bro. You know my people's favorite.
Does the sausage come from the U.S.?
I don't know. The chicken don't.
Right.
The chicken come from Vietnam, Jose.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure that one out.
So here's the thing, though. I remember when times got hard in our house. Here's the things that really. Here's our go-to meals. One, smothered potatoes. Smothered potatoes is simply, you know what smothered potatoes is? And when you take these potatoes, you boil them.
You do what to them?
Boil them. And then you put them in a pot, and you put that butter in there with the sausages and the peppers. You might call them sauteed, what you doing with the red potatoes. Yeah, you do it with the red potatoes. Or you made the cream potatoes. That's the Idaho potatoes, and you use cream. Boy, I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know. I know the little potato medallions in the sauce. I don't know what that's called, and I don't know if we broil them.
Potatoes what?
They in the sauce. It's like potato medallions. They cut up in like a little
potato medallions.
Yeah, I don't even know. I ain't no cook, but I know I don't. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Well, I'm from New Orleans, so we say that. But most people it's boil.
Oh, okay. I was really trying to figure it out. I thought it was something different.
I'm from New Orleans. We say burl.
So let me ask you this. You said the sausage, though. You do the turkey sausage?
Of course.
Okay, that's your fire. People be hating on the turkey sausage.
Of course. I do that. Nah, I do bar. So you say, man, burl, furl, orange.
Yeah.
Start off orange. Or boil, right? And then corn and rice, go-to, corn and rice.
Scallop potatoes, that's what it is. See,
scallop potatoes.
The chat be on it.
No, we not doing scallop potatoes.
That's they in the sauce a little bit.
We don't do no scallop potatoes. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so where the recession is hitting most of them. So watch this: housing, and it came out that way. Housing, anything dealing with housing. Transportation was down, food was up, healthcare was up, entertainment and recreation, gasoline, and we getting clobbered. Clothing, education, and personal care. So I guess people ain't traveling as much. People like, bro, I'm staying inside. And you know why I believe that?
Airlines went up.
So here's why I believe that, though. Because I really don't be wanting to go nowhere. You know what I kind of feel bad that my girl in town, bro, and like, I really don't be wanting to go nowhere right now. I said, man, let's go out to eat tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna take you out to eat, bro.
Go see the movie. Go see.
I said, I'm gonna take you out. I said, let's go do something tomorrow. Yeah. But I really don't be want to do nothing, bro. Like I be coming here, we be in the crib, we be in the crib chilling, but I be like, man, I don't know.
That's why. That's exactly why she in there rearranging and organizing, because you don't take her out.
Well, just this week, because we been jammed up. We went to a party with the Neo party the other day. But I'm gonna take my girl out, man. I know she wanna do something. Like, I'm just jammed up right now, bro. I just be like, babe, I'm like, babe, I'm locked in right now, babe.
Get some scalloped potatoes.
I'm in that mode right now. I
mean,
gotta navigate these markets. We gotta navigate these markets.
Yeah, we got a lot going on in here.
We got a ton going on in here. I got a ton going on in New Orleans. Babe, I need support. I need support in this season. You know what I mean?
Yep, hold me up. Just hold me up.
I'm pulling my beard. I need support, babe. You see that big old monster I'm dealing with over there, that building? It's heavy. Let's go a little further, though, Jose. All right, so here's the report card for 2025, man. S&P index, minus 8%. Communication services, minus 5%. Consumer discretionary, minus 15%. Consumer staples, up 3%. Energy took a pullback. Financials pulled back. Healthcare pushed up. Industrials, materials, and real estate. Technology slaughtered. But utilities are up. Here's our first quarter report card. Oh, Sean, I got a question for you. If you had to pick a second quarter sleeper, who would you pick? Second quarter sleeper. Jose, ask the people in the chat if they had to pick a second quarter sleeper. Yeah, man, I'm just locked in right now, man. She get it, though. You know why she get it? Because she an entrepreneur, too, though. So she an entrepreneur, so, like, she get it. You know what I'm saying? So she don't really be, not right now, she ain't really tripping. Like, she giving me a moment. Yeah. And it can't last long, though. It's a season. You get a couple months, nigga. After that, we need to go out. We need to go eat. Anyway, if you had a sleeper, Jose, if you had a sleeper sector for 2020, for second quarter, meaning April, May, June, who you going with?
It'll be between consumer staples and financials.
Who?
Consumer staples and financials for me.
You a stick with consumer staples?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, just after all the stuff that's been going on, just watching Costco, like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? And just looking at some of those, like, companies.
Costco's still standing strong?
Yeah, it's still standing strong. So I'm like, so, again, if it's it's the strength in the market right now, when the market turns around, who's also going to be stronger? Staples, too. So I'm looking at staples. Again,
consumer staples?
Wrong, but yeah. Staples and financials potentially.
Financials? Okay, let's ask them in the chat. If you had to pick a sleeper for 2025.
So we got tech, energy, tech, health.
Tech, energy, tech, health. Staples.
Energy, financials, industrial.
So if I had, huh?
What do you say?
If I had to pick, I'm definitely gonna go financials. And let me see something. I will go financials, and I think I'm not gonna say tech for the second quarter. Cause you gotta realize Apple and Nvidia are the biggest two for tech. Meta going through what it's going through right now. So I will go financials and healthcare. I go financials and healthcare. Well, no, I can't go healthcare. I can't go healthcare because Trump on them right now. Yeah, Trump on them right now. It's their turn. It's their turn. Yeah, he on them right now. He putting pressure on them right now. I'm gonna go financials and Industrials. I go financial and
I say
industrial.
why industrials?
Boring businesses. Industrials, you think about waste management, Fastenal, Granger. Those companies doing really good. Let me see right now. Watch this. Let me just see. Waste management year to date up 14%. Fastenal year to date up 12%. Granger year to date down 6%. It's my last one. Yep. I'll go with that. So I go industrials and I go financials. Yep. I'll go that. Yep, I'll go that. All right, let's go a little further. All right, so semiconductors fall as NVIDIA takes another blow. NVIDIA says it will record $5.5 billion quarterly charge tied to H2O processing imports in China. The United States is now making them have a license to do that. And mind you, the H2O processor is what they're using in the China supercomputers. Boy, that stock fought so hard. It's just really getting punched in the face, bro. I think right now it's probably be 104 right now. Let me see. Yep, 105. Stock was up today 1%. It was up today 1%. Up 1% today. Fought all day to end the day up 1%. Only after the bell dropped 6%. It's gonna take another 3 months to fight. It's gonna take another 6 months to fight. Yeah. Yep. So let's end it on that, man. Let's end it on that tonight, man. Hey, listen, tonight's show was a really good show, man. I think that we are in this second quarter. We deep in it. I think we look back and see what adjustments I will say this. The first quarter happened so fast, so abrupt. Like, I'm gonna tell everybody this right quick, yo. I was talking to the dude Taz. So Taz deals with, hold on. I got a call. Jose, hold on. Before we end the show, hold on. This is a call we need to answer.
Okay.
This is a call we need to answer.
Okay.
It's a call we need to answer. Hold on before we end the show. It's a call we need to answer. I missed the call. Let me see if they answer right quick.
Man, what's going on with my good brother?
What's good, brother? So look, I'm live on Trappin Tuesdays, right? And so we was having a conversation. And I said, I got to call a couple of people that I really care about, love, and know they got a mindset. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you a flat earther? And I got to say this because you were in high demand.
Yes, sir.
They was like, man, you got to call Keys. Because I was like, bro, so I asked Jose about the people going out of space, right? I said, bro, you think the people really went out there? So we had a conversation about that. And then Jose said, well, now the flat earthers can't say it's flat because they took a shot of it. And I said, flat earthers? He said, yeah, that's a whole tribe. So we got into that. Yeah. And so I was like, I said, so what is flat? And I said, like, flat? He said, yeah, like a piece of paper flat. I said, so is the sun flat? He said, no. I said, so is the moon flat? He said, no. I said, so the earth is the only thing out there flat? He said, yeah. I said, okay, cool. So we talked about—
Make sure we clear. Jose don't believe it.
But it don't matter.
No, Keys would be like, oh, Jose.
No, because Keys might be a flat earther.
But no, we had the conversation about Will Smith and Denzel. He probably like, nah. You know what I'm saying?
So my question to you is, right quick, because the show, I said, oh, the show almost over. So I want to ask you a question. Are you a flat earther?
No.
Okay, but what you—
Earth probably not perfectly round, but it's definitely not flat.
Mm.
You know, I don't think it's hard for, I think, natural occurring perfect circles to exist,
Mhm.
right? But I have no reason to believe that the Earth is flat.
Okay.
I have no logical, practical reason that I've seen people present information in a way that makes me believe that. And then especially just based on our observation of other cosmic bodies, if we had a reference point to see something else that was flat, to your point, it would be easy for people to believe in something like that. But I think the whole idea that people believe is flat because they believe that, you know, it's part of the elitist control of what we view the world, these heliocentric views versus these flat earth views, right? But I don't think that the science that flat earthers, you know, push holds up to scrutiny, in my opinion.
Okay.
We gotta do better.
Okay, I love it, and that's from it's one of the most intelligent, high level thinkers. He helped me think on another level. So if he said it, I'm with it. I love you, brother.
And I don't like nothing flat, man. Black women ain't flat, earth ain't flat. That's called Mother Nature.
I knew it was coming. I knew it.
Becky backs, man. No, man. The earth is shaped like the black woman, man. She ain't flat.
It's shaped like a black
I
one.
love it. Please, God. I talk.
I love. He went deep too with that.
There you have it. There you have it. Keys said it's a spear. He said the earth is curvy. All right, so here's what I would say. I was talking to this guy, man, young kid. He used to do the clothes, and then he kind of transitioned into, like, he's doing some trading now. I was talking to him at Neo Party, and I said, so we was talking, and I want everybody to hear this because this is a great message for everybody to hear. He said, I said, listen to me, bro. Don't get discouraged. I said, you could do all the right fundamental research. You could do all the right technical research. But you can't prepare for a tweet. You know, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, like, he's the most active participant on social media because he understands. The difference is you had somebody, the difference is you go from a politician to someone who did business, and someone who does business understands how to leverage the game in his favor, right? Whereas a politician, you're gonna be a politician, no way around it, right? And I say, so don't feel bad when you have the right entries, have the right exits, have the right, and then a tweet or a news or something gets said in a meeting that they covering live and it swings the market. Don't feel bad about that. He was like, bro, you talking to me because that was discouraging me, bro. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, bro, I done been played that I know was right. And then, boom, here comes this. I said, I'll give you a prime example, bro. I said, I'll give you a prime example, dog. I said, listen, dog, I took $1 million L. I said, I took $1 million L April 2nd, bro. I said, here's why. I said, I was optimistic because I'm optimistic about the market. I said, April 2nd, I just knew for a fact that this dude was not going to give worst of the worst case scenario, right? I said, in my mind, I didn't think he was that sinister. You know what I'm saying? I said, bruh, like, the world, I see, I even talked to people that's not just my dog Peter, but I've talked to people on Wall Street, and they was like, yeah, bro, you know, he's gonna probably do this, you know, so everybody was okay with it. Like, everybody was okay with 10% tariffs across the board. Everybody was okay with that. That was like what everybody was expecting. I say, but bro, when he brought out the board, I say, bro, that was a whole game changer. I say, because not only was the board not right, but he went to slamming. I say, bro, like, you can't. I say, I looked at that and I was just like, he's a mad scientist. He in mad scientist mode. You know what I'm saying? I said, and at that point, bro, like I had to step back, like, damn, like this. Then the market fell 2 days in a row, hard. We made a couple dollars on some puts, but it wasn't nothing compared to, it was putting a Band-Aid on. I was hemorrhaging. You know what I'm saying? I said, so, bro, like, you know, I said, don't feel bad about it, bro. Like, it's stuff like that, bro, what makes the market the market. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody can time the market, nobody, and then you definitely can't put him in a box. He a joker. He a wild card. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about him is orthodox, dog. To come back a week later and say, okay, 10% on everybody because the 10-year gets too high. I say, bro, so don't beat yourself up about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, losses come with this thing. Sometimes they deeper than we want, but we live to see another day. I said, so, but I'm saying that to say to everybody here tonight, you are learning so much from this game right now, if you allow it to be that. Coming to this second quarter with a new mindset. Like, leave the first quarter is gone. All right? And I'll be honest with y'all, bro. Like, think about this. February the 19th, me and my girl had just come back from, where that was? Whatever that is, Mexico. Bro, I was sitting on $1.3 million in cash and profits that we had done cashed out. You feel me? I had just told my Patreon people, hey, let's cash out. Let's get some money out. Let's cash out. Let's sit on the side. We still was in 21 plays, and I'm sitting on 1.3 million cash. Bro, I'm down to M and some change right now. But I'm like, you know what? I still got 8 more months. And my goal is, you know, by the end of the year, like, I want to dig into that. You know what I'm saying? By year's end, I won't be done dug into that. But I'm not putting myself in a situation where I gotta try to get it all back once. I don't gotta try to make moves that ain't there. I don't gotta try to see something that I ain't see before because I'm trying to get the money I'm looking at. No. That'll put you in a worse situation than you was to begin with. You go in your bag. It made me go deep in my bag, like, okay, let me learn easily. Let me add this to my tool belt too, right? But at the same time, you don't gotta abandon what got you where you are. So you learn, you pay attention, you be strategic. You see what the market is. I came in my group and I said, hey, y'all on Patreon, this don't gotta be 100%ers, y'all. If you get 30%, 40%, 50%, hey, get them profits. We can go with that. We in that type of market. We in that type of market. So enjoy the process. Listen, I know that shit hurt. Man, it's gonna be worth it. Don't get down on yourself. Don't get discouraged. And it happens so fast, you ain't had time to adjust. It's okay. You got better from it. You get better from it. You keep learning. You keep growing. And guess what? For my people that was killing it, you gonna get that back. For my people that's new, you at the perfect time. You got a lot of game left in. You got a lot of time still on the clock. You got a lot of time on the clock. Don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. Keep learning, keep growing. And for every my people, man, whether you in the Patreon, whether you in Trappers Anonymous, or whether you just come to Trappin' Tuesday every Tuesday, bro, just know I'm here with you. Just know I'm studying, I'm learning, I'm getting better, I'm digesting the game so we can keep getting. And I told Sean that the other day. I said, bro, you gotta keep getting better. My measuring stick is always, if Warren Buffett can read them many pages a day, I go to sleep after 10 pages, I go to getting sleepy. I'm like, how the hell does he read 500 pages a day? This don't make no sense to me. But it also tells me that he's getting better. And as long as you tell yourself, never get complacent with this game. Never think you know it all with this game. Never think you invincible with this game. Cause that's what'll flush you. That's what'll take you out. When you start taking shortcuts to the information, when you're not doing the research, when you're not doing the homework, you're not studying the things that made you get to the level you are. You know the things that separate Kobe from everybody else? When he went to the Olympics, he was going to the gym at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. They was coming from the club, he was in the gym. They said the way he prepared and got ready for the game is why we won the gold medal, because everybody started doing what? Taking on that mindset, that attitude. And that's how you gotta have it. You gotta treat this game like it could change your life, so it can change your life. Because if you treat it like a hobby, it's gonna give you a reward like it's a hobby. So sometimes I may come into the Patreon a little late. You know why? I'm watching the TV, I'm studying the news, I'm reading the information so I can come in there and get him. I may post a little late in Trappers Anonymous. Why? Because I'm watching, I'm studying, I'm researching, but I'm coming in there. This game has changed my life. This game will keep changing my life, and I want you to have the same effect. And that's it. That's it. The game don't care how much money you is, how much money you got. The game don't care how old you is. The game don't care about none of that. Those are limitations you are putting on yourself. Don't do that. You got work to do. Act like it. You got wealth to make. Act like it. You got freedom to attain. Act like it. There's opportunity there for you. Act like they're for you. Don't give Donald Trump that much credit to where you feel like I can't make no money because Trump in office. Yes, you can. Make some little tweaks in your adjustment. You're going to always have to do that. You're going to always have to do that. But the money is there. And I don't care about what nobody say after that, man. Don't worry about that. Keep playing the game, man. And man, I appreciate y'all, man, for just coming in, locking in. We 139 episodes in. It's amazing. There's no better community than the Trappers, man. And I just want to tell y'all I love y'all. We doing an average 5,000 people a show now. Hey, my next goal is 10,000, you hear me? And we gonna get there. We can't get there alone, we gonna get there with y'all, man. So I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. Same time, same place, next week, man. Trappin' Tuesdays, man. Man, we got something. Go to the Wallstreet Look Like Us Now Network, man. Make sure y'all download on YouTube, on Apple, on Google, Spotify. Make sure you download, make sure you share. I be seeing y'all in the morning, y'all be sharing with y'all, be listening to it on y'all way to work and stuff. I be putting it out there. I love that, man. And let me know y'all tapped into us. Tell somebody about us, tell somebody what we doing. Come join the Patreon, come join Trappers Anonymous, two of the dopest groups in the game. Make sure you get your merch. Other than that, man, I see y'all next week in the chat. Let's go.